think of it as something that just is. But too many people let the past determine who they are. When true greatness is determined by how one deals with the present. So if I'm helping you, I have one condition.
Yeah. No more quitting.
Time is a gift, I say. What are you gonna do with yours?
Fluorspar can be an unpredictable city. But fluency doesn't mitigate its problems. In some ways, it amplifies them. This is why we're deployed. But we've seen better days.
Then why are we just now debriefing?
This mission is not complete.
I only know of her. Our lack of data collection is a problem.
Valdez, I'm aware of your investigative talents. Braxwell spoke highly of you, and that's why you're on this team. Local law enforcement handles itself very well. But there are those with abilities. Some believe themselves to be good. Others don't even attempt to act as if they are. Either way, we're involved. Not everyone will agree with our status. But that can be said for anything. May I remind you both, we're Alpha Core, and failure is not what we do.
This woman is dangerous, reckless, and far too carefree. Power that even weapons. Solari. Interesting. What the hell is this crazy woman up to? Time to earn our paycheck. See you soon. Yeah,
Who the hell is this guy? What's he want? Where's he come from? After every soldier I have with him and he kicks their ass. Outman. A gun! And he walks away clean! With my money! Now what are y'all gonna do about that?
Turn us loose, Tuna.
Let us do what we do.
Side by side, I can feel it. It burns like fire. Worlds collide, an unstable landscape, side by side. But that's what this mandates. Be it might and unlikely allegiance, we will fight because that's the best defense. No turning back, for such is our path. This day we find a glorious day.
Hello to you all, I'm Eric July, the founder and owner of the Rippaverse. You've seen what our team can do. From ISOM to Alpha Core, Yaira, the Horsemen, and Norfolka, the Rippaverse has already come alive through animation. But now it's time to take it to the next step. This is the first ever Rippaverse project, the Rippaverse Studios Animation Fund. Help us create more animation, refining everything in hopes of eventually launching a full-fledged animated universe. This campaign has two clear goals. Goal number one, fund 10 original short clips based on ISOM, Yaira, and Alpha Core or Bloodruth. Goal two, produce a fully animated high-action trailer based on Rippazine issue number 6 and its upcoming series by Kanan White and myself. Now, the purpose of this project is really simple. We want to nail down our animation style. We want to solidify our team, and we want to set the standard for Rippaverse Studios moving forward. We feel like we already have a great style, but we know that we can take it to the next level, and we've built a plan to make that happen. Now, this isn't a pre-order. It's our first ever crowdsourced project. It's your chance to directly shape what comes next. Through Rippaverse, you decide which projects move forward. There are several tiers to choose from simple supporter levels to exclusive collectibles to the opportunity to literally be canonized within the animated Rippaverse. And as always, everything is backed by our same commitment to independence, transparency, consistency, and quality. We don't have any outside investors. We don't have those corporate strings attached. We just have the fans and the drive to just keep building. So whether you're contributing $5 or $5,000, you're helping us take things to the next level. And though we have two primary goals, our stretch goals show that we'll take this as far as you want to go. Because every dollar goes straight into animation. This is your chance to help greenlight and fully launch the entire Rippaverse animated universe. We love to have your support, and any contribution is appreciated. Head over to the campaign page for more information and details. What up, everybody? Hope you are doing well. In place of For Canon's Sake, we actually today are going to be talking a lot about what's happening right now in the industry. I think it's highly relevant to some of what we're doing here. You guys know, as indicated in some of those videos that you watched, we have this animation fund that we have officially launched. We'd love for you to get in on it. We're almost halfway towards that first goal. We basically want to fund the Rippaverse animated universe. That's what I want to do. And we need your help to do that. Of course, we have it pinned in the comment section. It's in the description. You can help us out. We'd greatly appreciate it if you did. These contributions, it doesn't matter if it's $5 or, as I said, $5,000. It's still extremely helpful to what we are doing. Oh man, closing in. Can we hit 200 supporters by the end of the stream? I think we can. But yes, even if it's $5, we appreciate it. Of course, we start giving items out at the $10, actually at the $5. But we start giving you like digital, access and all this other stuff, but you get physical copies at $100 and up. So of various different things. So please, I'm not going to bore you to death with that. We'll be talking about it throughout the stream today. I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys went and supported that. But yes, a lot going on in the industry, and I can't just come and really chat about this on my own. So I wanted to bring kind of a full house. So I'm just going to drop everybody in here at the same time. What's up, everybody? Got X-Wing J Ass. By the way, the gay guy will be here later. Dan Vask. So
can I be more specific than that?
True. That could be anybody, right? My bad. I mean, Dan Vask will be here a little later. But what's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing, man?
What's going on?
I love to hear that.
Doing good.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by the way. I know it's kind of last minute. I know I messaged everybody, say, hey man, open invite if y'all want to come hang out. So I appreciate you. I know as streaming all the time, Jay's been up early morning. He done several streams and he had the time out of his busy day to drop in, man. So
it's no problem whatsoever.
Nah,
glad
man,
to be here.
I appreciate it. So before look, this Paramount thing throws a wrench in a lot of this shit. And I want to talk about that here in a bit. I'll go through the Variety article. I believe they're the ones that broke it. I'll go through that in a bit. But I want, just for the sake of my audience, I'll go first, just so I don't want to bullshit everybody. But this, I want to go round table, and I want everybody to give their thoughts on what's happening. I know everybody's talked about everything going on with Netflix, what this means for the cinema and everything. I did a video just, I think this morning, talking about this, and I think that it's a very interesting thing here in the event that let's say they get acquired by Netflix. I know as a Hail Mary, everybody's wanting Paramount to get in on. Again, we'll talk about that in a bit. But let's assume that Netflix, for the sake of conversation, at least for the beginning of the conversation, ends up grabbing, everything, like from Warner Bros. They get all the streaming assets, they get DC, they get everything. For me, I have not heard, and maybe one of you guys have it, or maybe you agree with me. I don't know. Again, be as honest as you may. Me personally, I have not heard a convincing argument as to why, like, the government should step in and stop this from happening. Like, I've not heard one. I've heard people say that, well, the cinema, is on its way out, or this could be spell really bad for them. And to that, I say, so what? I've heard people say that, well, you have like another big company getting another streamer. So it's top 2 streamers or whatever, one's buying the other. And I say to that also, so what? Because, it's not like we're talking about telecommunications or food or access or something like that. We're talking about like entertainment. So to me, that's not the end of the world. I do think that the West has a real big problem, because what I get the feeling with all of this, or the feeling that I do get, is that we are literally standing on the shoulders of a bunch of dinosaurs, right? And people feel as if they are like, we cannot in the West, particularly with like everything. Like, you obviously got Warner tied up in this deal at DC and all these old properties. But basically, we can't do like what Japan does and create these new properties. We have to rely heavily upon these assets and properties that already exist in order to really drive our entertainment mediums. And I just disagree with that wholeheartedly. So I will say that I think people should, because there's a lot of folks saying, I guess, looking at it from a glass half full kind of standpoint, and what they're suggesting is that, well, they're not going to stop the theatrical releases, or they're not going to limit them. They're basically going to continue as is. I'm not convinced with that. I was looking at the numbers yesterday when the news first broke. Netflix has all the chips, like they have the best cards. Let's say that. Like they don't have to do anything. Like, if they wanted to move this to an entirely digital streaming sort of setup, they are in perfect financial position to be able to do that. They're beating everybody when it comes to profitability. They're beating all the studios. They're the only ones that have been able to make streaming profitable for them. We talk about this every other week with, I don't even know how Paramount, we'll talk about Paramount, because Paramount's in debt. So I don't know where they're coming up with this money anyway to end up buying this out. But what I'm trying to say is that as far as net income is concerned, there is none for a lot of these guys. Disney's making their money on parks. You know that Jay, you know that very well. What is that? NBC and Comcast, they're making their money on telecommunications and other stuff. And box office wise, I think the highest one of the year, I don't think it might have been Warner of last year in 2024 as far as revenue is concerned, and it was like $4 billion. Netflix is making $39 billion in revenue a year alone off of their streaming services. So they're in no position to be like, well, yeah, we have to inherit all the theatrical releases. No, they're in the position to be like, you know what? No, if we want to move this all digital, that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to go round table. That's my kind of surface level position on this. I'm going to start with you, X-Wing. Like, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts about what this means for the industry and everything with this whole Netflix shit?
I don't know. It's odd. It's really odd because we see 2 offers on the table. One is one that makes sense. One is one that doesn't make sense. So you've got the offer from Paramount that comes in. It's $108 billion in cash, no strings attached. Get it done. The other one is Netflix, that's muddled with a whole bunch of different stuff. It doesn't look as good to investors, certainly doesn't look good on, on paper. It can get muddied up. And so if they're rejecting $108 billion deal from Paramount, but they're entertaining one from Netflix, there's got to be something. I hate to say it, I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but there's got to be something else there that we're not seeing. There's something.
No,
else
man, the
that's
big
being
boss
sweetened
is
in the
getting a
pot.
better package with Netflix. He's getting a better boss. He's getting a better. He's getting a little bit more status with Netflix.
But then now you have to bring up the conversation of fiduciary responsibility to your investors.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you piss off your investor base, you're going to lose money regardless. So I don't know exactly what's going on. If it comes down to me and what I want to see, when it comes to the shadier company, I think Netflix is a little shadier in terms of what we're going to get in terms of content. So why does Netflix want it? Well, guess what? Next year, if they acquire it, be ready for $200 a month Netflix subscriptions, and everything's going to go to Netflix. Everything's going to Netflix. They're pulling movies after a week in the theater and slamming it straight to Netflix. Everybody get Netflix. Paramount, it seems to me at least, doesn't have that kind of nefarious hostile takeover energy. Not to say that they wouldn't, but it just seems like Netflix is the poorer choice for the consumer, in my opinion.
Jay, what worry? I know you've been talking about this all morning. So what are your thoughts on
this? I kind of look at it like, remember when Vince McMahon took over WWF, and he's like, we're going to be the only wrestling. So what did he do? He bought out everybody else, and then he made all the rules, So all the stuff that they're saying online where it's like, we'll still have HBO Max. We'll still like all that is surface level. Vince McMahon did the same stuff. Oh, don't worry. We'll own it, but we'll still like keep the territories and stuff, man. He was savage. He came in and wiped them out. Yeah. And I'm going to give Tommy credit in the chat because he said that in the chat as well. He was savage and took over, and look where we are. But was the WWF, well, when it turned to WWE, it was, what was it, peak when they had the WCW going with them? Was that like more peak? So it's like, if Netflix doesn't have any competition, like X Week said, they'll just do whatever they want. And
more Netflix slop.
What will we even say about that? So that's where I'm at. I would have liked to have seen them like cut it up into different pieces and sell a little bit here, a little bit there, which if the government steps in, that possibly what could happen. All you got to do is like make Trump feel like he's the biggest man in the world.
Well, what's his name?
Paramount does that, then he'll be like, yeah, we'll go to Paramount. So
yeah. Well, as obviously I know we talked about a little bit of this last week, but what are your thoughts?
I think there's both horrendous options. So which either way it goes, we're all fucked anyway. So if it goes to Netflix, they've got the ability to mess around and suddenly $10 a month, $15 a month, whatever it is at the minute, turns into $50 a month. But you're getting all the hot releases, Batman 2's dropping on Netflix, all that kind of stuff. This is a brand new age. It's a brand new dawn. We don't need theaters. They could even go as far as push all that kind of rhetoric. Streaming is the future. Netflix is the future, blah, blah, blah. Or do you give it to a company that somehow managed to come up with $108 billion in cash that's $40 billion already in debt?
None of it makes sense.
So now they become $150 billion in debt. And you'll want to put all of that onto that company and go, yeah, you're the people that roll with it. What have you done recently? Well, we fucked Star Trek up the ass. We managed to take, 50 odd years of glorious Star Trek and then wash it down the toilet within about 15, which is pretty good if you ask us. We took Halo. We absolutely annihilated Halo for all those Halo fans out there. So, you give us a property, we'll fuck it up for you left, right, and center. So neither of these companies are great. I can't believe that we're talking seriously, because these aren't serious fucking companies, either of them, in terms of what they're doing. Do we owe cinemas a debt? No, we don't owe cinemas a debt at all, or anything like that. But how much is the cinema's fault versus Hollywood's fault? Well, there's a lot of responsibility on Hollywood's shoulders for what's happened to the theaters.
For sure.
The theaters is a casualty of that. However, theaters, or very few theaters, have tried to adapt over the years, have failed to say to an audience, look, this is a new type of cinema experience we're giving you. This is a much more personalized cinema experience. Comfortable, there's comfy seats and all that now, but nobody's really tried to go above and beyond. So theaters have remained stagnant. Hollywood's regressed. The East is flourishing. And our streaming services are literally squabbling over IP. And while we're squabbling over IP in the West, the East are just creating brand new IP. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it fails. And then they go back to the drawing board and another one comes out. So they're always in a state of creative flux. Whereas right now, everything is in a state of regression. I want neither bid to go through. I want no, not in a sarcastic way. Literally,
I know you're serious. Yeah,
in a way that Warner's failed, right? Warner has failed. Yeah. Okay, so if Warner has failed, then sell it off, cut it up, take the IP, take the various corporate, take DC Comics, sell off DC Comics, take off the other aspects of it, sell it, just start to hack it up and put it out there.
That's what I wanted to.
Yeah, multiple different companies to be able to take aspects of that. As much as the Warner name has been a stalwart for 100 years, almost, or around about that 100 odd years. It's not. This is the progression of pretty much every company in life. You go back 100 years. There's company names that have been established for donkeys. Decades and decades that it's just a natural progression. Okay, you had your run, congratulations, but it's over. You weren't able to adapt yourself, so break it up, set it off, give everybody the opportunity to take some of the pie, even put restrictions on how much you can take. You can only and that way at least it opens it up to other companies to do something. But I think the IP from Warner, and the Warner's got great IP. The IP that if you give it to Paramount, they'll fuck it up, and if you give it to Netflix, they'll ransom it. So which one do you want? Do you want cancer or do you want AIDS?
You're fucked either way, is what you.
I mean, the interesting thing is, like, I know a lot of people don't even talk about that, is the money that these companies that have theme parks that wanted to throw at it. Like, there's a report now that Comcast really wants the DC. They already have the Harry Potter land, things like that. We saw Disney go out of their way to build a giant Zootopia land in China. And look what's happening now. Zootopia 2 in China has set a box office crazy. It's the #1 international film in China, hands down, like almost 500 million in 2 weeks. People don't understand why everybody in China is going to watch Zootopia 2. And their theater experience over there is completely different. They have like pet night where they're allowed to bring their pet. Maybe that's their dinner. I don't know. But they allowed to bring their like cats in there.
I'm the racist around here. Thank you.
But I mean,
into my fucking shtick.
It's I'm just telling the truth, but it's like they try to change the theatrical experience in China to get more people to come in by doing things like that. There's videos all over, but like it's just interesting to see, like, even because Comcast owns Universal Studios, they would love to have the DC universe there with Marvel. They would be the only theme park to have Marvel and DC, at least here in Orlando, to have them in the same park, where you can get exclusive merch like Marvel merchandise that doesn't have the Disney name on it. You can only get it at Universal, and all the theme parks, like Eric said earlier, is like Disney's theme park revenue is what's keeping that company floating.
Yep.
And they were just showing video yesterday, like the California Disneyland, the theme parks over in Disneyland are just they're selling out every single day all up through Christmas, which is, I don't know how anybody has a good time like that, because you're talking 3.5 hour waits per ride, per attraction, and shows and things like not a good seat to watch parades and stuff. And in Orlando, all the theme parks, Universal, SeaWorld, everything like that are owned by these different IPs. This time around, it's the Christmas season that will make like 3 or 4 times as much as they've been making. So basically, the theme parks are sold out. Universal, Epic Universe, all this stuff, they're all sold out of tickets going into Christmas season. So I think a lot of these like Comcast and others are looking at that for to add to the theme park to bring in more revenue so they can make crap movies that nobody watches because they won't care. You know, that's the thing. We look at Five Nights at Freddy 2, part 2 that came out, $35 million budget. It's doing record numbers. All the critics hated that film. But the one things that the critics got right was in a lot of their reviews, they said they made this movie specifically for the fans. That's it. If you're not a fan of the IP, you won't like this film. The Five Nights at Freddy Halloween attraction that they did at the theme parks was the longest lines, one of the longest. Like, people were waiting 3.5 hours just to go see that, the animatronics. So it's like they're trying to. I could see them like trying to the right people trying to buy these IPs to try to connect them more so they can make more money outside of the shows. And Freddy's, sorry, everybody yelling at me when I say that. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, just to see them connect them more into a park-like experience. Like, we even saw Disney talk about that they're going to do video games, theme parks, and movies all wrapped up in one moving forward into next year. I don't know how that'll work out. Basically, they'll have Fortnite characters, they'll have theme park characters, and movies all connected. So I don't know what will happen, but what I'm saying is, if Harry Potter and all that stuff goes to Netflix, as is right, who knows what's going to happen? Will they just dilute it, or will they just start selling off the license or whatever? However, it could look very different. So
you said something though, which was exactly what Hollywood needs. And for Five Nights at Freddy Part 2, the sequel, 35 million budget. It's just about like 104, 106 million worldwide at the minute after its first weekend, which is phenomenal, which means it's already in profit. Even if we were, let's say, double the budget, 70, probably Five Nights at Freddy, there's probably like, let's say 10 to 15 million marketing, which would be pretty high, I think, for that. But just to say that's like 85. So it's already sitting around about 20 million in profit at this present moment. And it's going up and up. That's how you make a movie.
Correct. Yeah.
That is exactly how you make a movie. And today I've drawn the ire of a couple of Predator Midlands people because this is a film that is exactly the epitome of how not to do a movie. This has got nothing to do with the Predator franchise. Sans, it's got allegedly a Predator in. I think it's just got some alien in that could or could not be a Predator by any stretch. Overinflated budget of 105 million on a franchise that has never brought in that much money in the first place. It is niche, although we know it and the IP is known. It doesn't mean it's necessarily popular. That's why words like cult and niche exist. They have very specific functions. It's not like a Batman or a Spider-Man that is dominant worldwide. And so they never gave it an opportunity. That's set to lose 50 to 60 million. And it'll just get thrown on the oh well pile. Or, most likely, it'll somehow get greenlit for a sequel.
100%.
Even though which is probably so they're not helping themselves by this mess. And that's why companies like Warner, even though Warner have throughout the year actually done better than most companies at the cinema this time around, this is why companies like that are just failing miserably. They're not giving their movies a chance to make profit. And here we are.
Well, as is correct. I just want to finish up on that. Five Nights at Freddy's is they made the movie specifically for the people that like the like the game. They didn't care about anybody else. They didn't care about the critics. Low budget film. And if you remember, the first movie came out when they released it in the theaters and on streaming at the same time. And the first movie did record numbers in the box office while it was on streaming the same day that it came out. Because, believe it or not, making a movie for the fan base that supports your IP. Imagine my shock.
Imagine that.
Actually becomes successful.
Wonder how it works. Huh?
Imagine. Yeah. So go ahead, X-Men. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, you're good. I don't understand what's happening in the higher ups where they're more than willing, excited, giddy almost to make $150 million film that is guaranteed to fail, but they won't take a risk on a $40 million film and just try it to see where it goes. It seems like they're hell bent on just shoving it down your throat. It's going to succeed. One of these is going to catch on, and then they always lose money, and it happens time and time and time again. I don't understand.
Well, before I get to these super chats, because some hot dollar ones came in, that's the sole reason why I believe that it's a harsh reality for Hollywood right now It has nothing to do with good intentions, morals. Do them caring about whether or not something is monopolistic, though I don't believe that it is. That has nothing to do with why Hollywood is in opposition to Netflix getting a hold of this. The reality is exactly what you guys brought in. They need to protect the status quo. It's similar to the university system, right? Where everybody, for the most part, knows is a goddamn sham, right? Like it's expensive. But everybody props it up because they understand that, well, these professors, all the administration, everybody, they're not going to be able to get paid like they had been before if this is not upheld. And it really is just operating on tradition. The same thing is happening right now with cinema. The same thing is happening right now with Hollywood. They are not, if budgets start looking like that, right? Where it's like maybe we're not spending lacing up our friends and bringing all people in. Maybe that's not what we're doing. And maybe we're looking to make more contained projects to where they're in the, the millions, not the tens or hundreds of millions, right? Maybe that's not the approach. That's with them, they understand that they're already on thin ice anyway. They're already on their way out. And so they have to, this is the route that they must go. So I believe that it's protectionism is the game that they're playing right now. It's straight up protectionism, and it has nothing to do with them caring about monopolies or anything like that. If the budgets have to come down, that's how, if the cinemas, if theaters, if you're going to make money in theaters and you're not one of the outliers, you're not Avatar, you're not like, let's say, Zootopia, you're not some of these major properties that are layups, and even some of them are questionable nowadays. You got to get your budgets under control. All these $100 million films, you can't keep making those. You're not going to make a return on that. And the cinemas, like Az was kind of talking about, the cinemas themselves are trying to adjust, rightfully so. Maybe they're trying to sell more of the experience than anything else, because they're not going to be able to make money off of sheer ticket sales. Inflation right now is one of the best things that's happened to Hollywood, because if we even judge them on the standards of yesteryear, let's say if we judge them on the standards of 2019, pre like 2019 levels, a $500 million film in 2019 is not the same as a $500 million film right now. Objectively speaking, that's a lot of a lot less ticket sales now, but it looks the same. Though the money, it doesn't work. That's indicative of a decline. So that's why you see, well, Zootopia is doing this well, yada yada. But October was the worst October in 25 years. They're on the decline. They can't stop that. So to me, their best move right now: get the budgets under control. Start doing more smaller, contained films. Get the budgets under control, but that's also going to mean that a lot of these guys are going to have to make a lot less money. I just don't think that they're ready to do that. $100, by the way, right out the gate, from 1012 whatever, $100.
Hey, so that's exactly what I was going to call my son.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I was leaning that way too.
Yes,
I respect that.
That's a great YouTube name, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you for the $100. It says, best of luck to you and the Rippaverse project. Thank you so much. And by the way, thank all of you tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you, by the end of the stream, send us over 200 supporters, we're right there. You can just $5. We'll take it. I mean, I ain't tripping. I mean, if you want to go be a big baller, I mean, you can go 500. I don't care. But seriously, we appreciate your support. We're almost halfway towards that first goal. I want to get y'all some more animated content. Pin in the comment, go check that out. Thank you so much for that. By the way, that $100 ain't cheap, and thank you for that 100 bones. And Jeanette gifted a sub. Thank you. We have Strong Opinions. 12 months says, didn't Netflix go into debt to make this deal? Netflix is the only ones that are profitable. Netflix made.
They're the only ones with liquid cash.
Wait, which one is using Saudi? Is that
that's Paramount? Paramount's in debt. Like Paramount's. This is. It's funny, like we can look at Paramount as the lesser of the evil, But I think it's like it shows every. I mean,
it's like your retarded cousin, you know.
Yeah,
as like evil, but he's still fucking retarded.
Yeah, no, but like the problem though, like this is sheer, like this is corporatism at work. Because this is like for you guys that are in business, this is the game that they get to play. We don't get to play that. We don't get to play that game. They, despite being in the debt that they are in, they are somehow going to be allowed to, using said debt, though they're already in debt, to be able to pay for an asset, right? Which is insane to me, but that's the game. That's been the game. That's been the game for a very long time. But as far as Netflix is concerned, they got the money. They got the money and they got the trajectory, right? They got the projections, they got all of that. They're the only ones that have. You have the world. What Netflix has working for them is that you have the world in general moving to this more digitized. I'm not saying I'm a fan of it. I'm just saying that that's just the way the world is. And they're the only ones that have been able to figure out how to properly monetize that to make it a profitable venture. Disney has been unable to do that. They can see success in quarters. Like you'll see, oh, they had a Q1 where they had a net income of 200-some million, but then they'll have another one where they lost $500 million. So on that property, the same goes. I think Paramount. I think it was Comcast. I think they lost last year's revenue was something like $217 million that they had lost on the streaming.
Disney got some weird numbers because they're like, we got our movie might have lost money in the theater, but we made money on streaming service. But I'm like, you put your movie on your own streaming service.
Yes. Yeah. And they pay themselves to do it.
Yeah.
So they're moving money.
Like,
they do. They pay themselves to put it on their that's how they move the money. They move it from one section to pay themselves to put it in another section. It moves the money around. It makes it look better when you're giving these whatever it is, speeches, whatever, blah blah blah, to your shareholders and whatnot, and it's completely unethical, and they'll get caught by it, and then ultimately they have to make sure it's all in one place, because then they go, by the way, we lost a shit ton of money this quarter. And that's exactly what happens. So if you look at the quarterly reports, it's like, it's hunky dory, this is great, it's amazing. Next one comes on, we are fucked, absolutely, well and truly fucked.
Give us money.
That's how they're doing it. And you think you look, you saw how quickly Blockbuster went when the internet came around.
Absolutely.
You saw how quickly the high street dissolved when COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
Then you see how quickly cinemas will fall if Netflix get this, because this will be the precedent setter. And then the next time a company, maybe Paramount themselves, will go, do you know what, we're 40 billion, fuck it, let's just wrap it up ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
And then they got for sale, and then they suddenly Netflix acquire Paramount, or Amazon acquires Paramount. Then your cinemas, because Amazon already, they have MGM, you know,
sure do.
So they've already got that. They've already got another one, which eludes me at the top of my head at the moment, but they've also got another one, and so boom, this is how quickly we can see cinemas in the West go.
Yeah, but that's what makes this thing so intriguing, is that really the only guys that are able to stay afloat with some of the direction that like entertainment, like at least that like TV, film, that sort of stuff, I guess that industry, it are the people that have other ways to subsidize it. Disney obviously has the parks. We know they make a boatload on the parks. Comcast is fucking Comcast. They're not making their money on fucking. They're making the money off telecommunications. That's what they're making. That's where the actual money
and the theme parks
and the theme parks, and the thing, Universal and all that stuff. So and the theme parks as well. That's where they're making the most money. This is why I was saying that Netflix is the best dressed in this situation, because they're the only ones that have figured out how we're doing entertainment like this, and we're able to make it profitable. It's no Netflix fucking a theme park or anything like that.
No, it's no tangible assets. Nothing that can go into debt either. That's
exactly. They're the only ones that have been able to figure that out, and that's why they're the best. They're in the best position, whether you like it or not. That's an entirely different opinion or position. I'm just giving you the facts. They're the ones that are best dressed. Like I said, I did the numbers. I'm going to my old notes where I did this money, did these numbers for this video. So check this out. Just real quick, I'll get to the rest of the super chats in a bit, but I do want to get through this because he brought up the debt. I just want everybody to put this into context. So Netflix made as much money as Warner, which is why they're in the position to buy them out because they made as much money in revenue with being profitable as Warner made with everything, like from their merchandise, the cable TV, everything. It was the same exact amount for the most part, right under 40 billion dollars. 10 billion of that was in net income. I want to put this in the perspective. If you look at their profitability versus the other streaming services, Disney's lost money. Warner Bros. Lost 21 million. Comcast, I actually undershot it. Comcast with Peacock lost $316 million last year. So I said 216. I got that wrong. That's just $316 million. So none of these guys are able to make money off their streaming services. Netflix only does streaming, and they're the only ones making money, right? So they're just the best suited. But look at this, like theatrical box. I want to look at this box office real quick. Looking at 2024, Warner Bros. Only made they made the most of all the other studios last year, and it was only $11.6 billion, right? Again, comparing that to 39 billion with Netflix. They had which is crazy, right? Like again, NBC, Universal, they made 3.6 billion. Paramount made almost 2 billion, 1.1 billion that they made the last quarter in 2024. So yeah, it's almost, because they made 900 million box office 2024. So yeah, that was almost $2 billion. None of them come even close. Actually, if you combine all of the revenue, if you take Netflix's streaming service and you combine all of those together, Netflix is making more money than all of them are making in theaters. They're the best dressed. It's the bottom line. You might hate it, you might love it. Either way, objectively speaking, they are the best dressed in this situation. They're the only ones that have figured out how to make money. And I don't. Look, we can talk about these budgets. I just don't get it. Like when I hear another film, oh, here's another film that's coming out, they spend $150 million. And then you look at the film and you don't know where the money's gone. Or you look at something like Acolyte. I don't know if you're here, I know you're muted. I think you have off the top of your head. Maybe you do. Do you remember how much? Does anybody know off the top of their head how much they spent on Acolyte as a show?
$230 million.
$230 million. You all watched Acolyte. Do you know where? Does it look like a $230 million produced show?
No.
Exactly. Oh. So you're left to look at it. You're left to wonder, like, where the hell is all this money going? Where's this money going? They have not been able to figure this out. Thundarius said, hey, I think a decent sized order just went through for the animation support. I don't know who might have been from. I did see a 500. Are you trying to tell me that was you?
Let's go, Thundarius.
Are you trying to tell me that was you? I appreciate that, by the way.
Can I give a special shout out to Thundarius?
Go ahead.
I'm not a vapor, but I know a lot of people in this community vape. He runs a vape shop. He's coming to MegaCon in Orlando. So if you want a discount on some stuff, hit him up. Like you see him in the chat, talk to him. He's going to bring his product. Y'all can get it for cheaper.
I'm into crack. What can you do me? Like rock, you know.
Yeah, the good
dirty shit.
The good stuff.
Drugs on
the young. I want to be in your toilet cooking up. That kind of shit, yeah. What can you do on some crack and some tin foil? Yeah,
I think
I appreciate
for a friend or something. I don't know.
Dude, you're crazy, man. Thank you so much, Thundarius. Shout out, rocking that lovely horseman hat, by the way. And yeah, I did refresh. It does look like we've hit over 175. So, guys, can we get?
Look at that!
It went up again. It went up again. It went up again. All we need is 23. I think my math serves me correctly to get us to 200 supporters. Please click the link at the top. Go. I don't care if it's 5. I just want to see it hit 200 by the end of the stream. I greatly appreciate that. And then we'll be close to again 50% of the first goal. That first goal gets hit, we're already green lighting those. So we'd appreciate you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. I mean that sincerely. All of you big ballers out there that are donating as well.
Did you see Thundarius's movie
I did. We saw it, and we saw the Zalen was in the background.
All the Rippaverse stuff in the back.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
we watched that on stream. Well, Az and I.
That's right.
That was fucking sick, man. Shout out to Darius. Good dude, man.
Yeah,
Much like if that 500 dog was you, because I did see that coming through. Thank you, seriously, so much for that. I did see last stream. I can't remember if it was right before or during it. I can't remember, but there was one. I saw the first immortal tier come through. So somebody went and dropped five racks. I did see that come through. So shout out to whoever that cocky son of a gun was. I appreciate you and all. So thank you so much. That guy's getting everything. Everything. If you get that, you get everything that's part of this. And you get immortalized, meaning that in that trailer you will see an animated version of your likeness there. So yeah, can't wait. Thank you so much though for the support. Let me get to the rest of these these supers as well. We have Jeremy the Cyborg. There he is. 9 months. Says hello to everyone. Hello to you as well.
Hey, shout out.
Thank you. By the way, 50 from Fresher Luke says.
Good question in this as well.
By the way, I don't know if he's trying to do his best Arabian.
It's Dan Patel.
Yeah,
just came from the shower.
Okay,
that's what we're
just
doing.
kidding. I'm from the UK now.
Oh, there
no, I've just come out the shower. Can you spot the difference between you and me?
I see.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm straight and you're gay.
Keep reading the super chat.
Okay.
Hey,
Salam alaikum, brother.
What up?
Dying. What's up?
Oh man, I appreciate you stopping by. But this is good because this guy's coming through. He's asking the entire panel. It says, ask mention age of being in a creative uptick. What is everyone's opinion on the difference between right wing patronage versus right wing artists as opposed to left wing patronage, and what measures could be taken to fix this disparity? Oh, bros, let me go first because I know I'm gonna piss people off with this one. So, or it's a harsh reality. Okay, so people that think like us, I say the economic right because everybody calls themselves whatever. Some call them conservatives. You got ANCAPs like me and fucking Dan here.
Yeah.
So I wherever you land right there, you're not a fucking communist, basically. The thing that they do extremely well that the left does that we don't generally, and I'm not saying everybody here, I'm saying that they don't support our efforts, but we often will support theirs. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they control a lot. So they, they're best dressed there. Right. The quote unquote economic right has a lot of creative people. Lot of creative people. There's a lot of awesome creatives that doing some really, really cool things. Some of them have to reach out to us in secrecy. I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel has had a discussion or someone reach out to them that's part of the industry that says, hey man, I watch your videos. I love what you do. I can't quite, I'm not going to put myself out there and say I support what you're saying, but man, we see you and I support what you do. So they're suppressed, or they're at least suppressing their particular ideals, right? So they're the only ones that can exist like in these industries where they're public about who they are and they're unapologetic. Whereas to folks on generally our side that's outside of like the creative space like we're in, or like the YouTube space, they're all like the quote unquote right wing artists they're just suppressed. They're just not saying anything. And look, maybe you disagree with that. I often disagree with it as well. But we make excuses. We'll end up supporting them in some way, shape, or fashion. But also, it's like, in order to create an industry in any field, it doesn't matter whether it's entertainment or not, in order to create an industry, to have an industry actually boom, there's a lot that has to go right initially, right? And what the quote unquote right does a terrible job of is that you will see, you'll start getting some momentum, and then shit for whatever reason goes wrong. I think a lot of it has to do with cattiness. Right. Unfortunately, and I think it's because you haven't generally seen like this quote unquote right economic right entity exist and be that successful that everybody's fighting for the same spot. Right. So when someone sees some upward mobility come from an entity that is quote unquote right, they often are going to get met. It's funny that we laugh at the left. We say, Well, left is always eating their own. Have you looked at the right? Look at the right now.
Yeah.
They do that. I think they're worse in a lot of cases. Like they will fucking start biting at the ankles when they start seeing some upper mobility. So you can't get anywhere, right? You can't even you can't get anywhere. It's like people are gonna try to grab for your ankles, pull you down, crab in the bucket. It's a whole lot of that going on here. So it's something to take into consideration. But I'll let everybody else kind of go around to. That's been my experience. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've seen the same thing happen in music as well. And yeah, that's my long-winded kind of perspective.
There's going to be envious people everywhere, but something I definitely noticed when I started to be more vocal about it, which was when I released the Star Spangled Banner cover. Then people started to complain. I released the famous apology video. This is my apology and
I
stuff.
love that. Yeah.
And I from that point beyond, I became more vocal about I wouldn't even divide it like that, right versus left. I divided more like left versus non-left.
Yeah, that's the more accurate for sure.
Yeah, it's basically left versus the world. And when I started to position myself more publicly about my anti-left leanings, a few things I noticed. First of all, more peace of mind. It's like I can I feel at ease speaking my mind because I know I'm cultivating an audience that won't fucking cancel me and won't disown me. And something else that I noticed, more people buying stuff.
Because funny how that works, right?
Leftists are fucking broke.
They ain't got no money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the main things I noticed.
Yeah. What about I know he specifically mentioned talking about the creative uptick there. You got any perspective you want to
I mean, without trying to play devil's advocate here, just what exactly is right and left now?
It's anybody to the right of Stalin.
Well, that's what you and I would describe it as, right? We've described the right as anything right of fucking Stalin or Mao, or somebody like that.
Man, yeah.
Because as Dan said, there's the left and then there's the rest of the people.
Yeah.
And the rest of the people don't necessarily fall under a right-wing banner. They can fall under, centrist. They can fall under what was once referred to as liberal-minded, but liberal-minded now means you're mentally ill.
Classic liberal.
So it's very difficult. Yeah. I think if you looked at a conservative in one country and then compared it with a conservative, let's say in the East, they would be very different types of people altogether.
Yeah, for sure.
And they wouldn't themselves fall under the same banners. So without trying to be evasive, it's not comparing apples and apples.
Yeah.
With the right in the West versus the right in the East. I think the majority of people, regardless of whether where they tick a box every 4 to 5 years, I think the majority of people just want to be entertained. I think the current state of the left is not about entertainment. The current creativity, inverted commas, around the left is about what they would call
it's like literal
propaganda. We would call propaganda. It's essentially you must capitulate to our way of thinking.
Yeah.
And if you don't capitulate to this way of thinking, if you don't verbally express that, then we will on our tolerant side try everything we can to destroy you. Even if that results in you dying, because they are lovely people. And I think everything to the right of that, they want entertainment. They want that escapism. And it's been something that's been taken away from regular people. In the East, that's what they're about. That's the huge difference. It's about who wants to entertain and who wants to lecture. And the West are trying to lecture the people that have the predominant stranglehold on culture, particularly cinema, movie, comics,
right,
etc., is the left, and they're looking to lecture you. They're looking to put in their messages. We've got kids shows that are all about pronouns and LGBT and stuff that kids don't know any shit. They don't know nothing.
Right.
They don't know what they want to eat for tea. It'd be ice. What do you want for tea? Do you want some mashed potato and sausages? I want cake. and I want ice cream. That's a kid, right? And so they're easily malleable. Whereas in the East, they understand the volume of entertainment, particularly with their work culture in the East. You look at the work culture in Japan.
I think that's a big part of it. I think that's a slept on part of, like, their culture allows creativity to flourish. And I think we probably don't talk about that enough as.
Yeah, it's a rough work culture out there.
They will literally work themselves to death.
Yeah, literally
literally
work themselves to death.
Yeah,
it's a completely different culture in terms of how you work and how you express yourself at work and getting the job done and getting the job right. That entertainment. I mean, they with manga, like manga is designed it in Japan, for example, to pick up a book and read it on the subway and leave it on the seat. You just leave it and you go and you leave it for the next person to come along and pick up and thumb through, etc. That's the kind of disposability of it, because they want as many people and they want as much as that entertainment to go around. And they synergize, which we don't do over here. Marvel Comics never synergize with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
Quite the opposite. In actual fact, they were the polar opposite of it, because they were pushing all new, all Marvel, which is not what people wanted, and it wasn't what was reflected at the cinema. So if you were trying to get into Marvel because of the cinematic universe, and you went to a comic shop, for instance, and said, I want to know about Captain America, Thor, I want to know about Iron Man, then they give you Riri Williams, Black Falcon, American Man, and they give you Cancer Woman, and you'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Not wrong, yeah.
Well, you know, this is the so in Japan they synergize anime and manga very well indeed.
Very well. They do that. They do that extremely well. That version of you that you see on that character is going to be largely consistent wherever you see that character.
Yes,
and it makes it easy to get into.
In closing for me. Japan and the East are looking to entertain you. The West, which is got a chokehold by the left wing, is trying to propagandize and lecture you.
Good point. I'm gonna let everybody else keep going because this is a fantastic question. You're getting your $50 worth, bro. But I have somebody backstage that I wanted to ask to get through that I want to bring in. Check this guy out.
Look it's about him. Damn time.
No, I'm done now. I'm busy. See ya.
I was trying to wait for.
It's been there for like half an hour.
No. I was trying to wait for. I was waiting for Az. I was waiting for Az to get through.
Az was talking for half an hour.
Well, you're welcome now that I'm here and Az left. Now everybody else can talk.
Appreciate that,
Beardo. Come on now.
What's up, though? What's up?
I thought it's your real name.
Nothing much, man. Just chilling. I also just got out of the shower. Not with Dan though.
No, separate.
Two separate showers.
I would hope so. Yeah,
two separate showers.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep going. Whenever this guy he just asked this question, we talk about the creativity rising in the East, and he talked about the right versus kind of left as far as the patronage is concerned. Obviously, we got two creators also here as well, and X-Wing and Jay, what you guys are working on, which will be dropping soon enough, very soon enough. I just want to know if you had some. I start with you, X-Wing, before I go to Jay. I want to know if you had some kind of perspective on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think Az put it perfectly. I don't think this is as much left versus right anymore. It's not anything. This is literally just removing the message from the content. That's it. It's your responsibility to entertain. That's what we pay for. And the constant messaging has degraded entertainment in America to a point where we've all lost faith. We've lost faith in our favorite IPs. They've lost a lot of brand. What's the word I'm looking for? Brand.
Like they don't have power. It's like
they've lost the weight behind them. And their leverage, their credibility. Their credibility is gone at this point, and that's damage that I would say at this point, at least in my mind, feels almost irreversible. So, when it comes to Netflix pulling everything in, and unfortunately everything gets monopolized, everything gets sucked under one roof, you lose that competition, you lose the ability to diversify. I hate to use that word, but diversify your creativity. And so we're in a rough spot, but like I said, I think it's all just about removing the message at this point.
What about you, Jay?
We had a good conversation with Matthew Marsden.
Shout out Matthew.
And we all know him. He talks about this a lot about the if the if people that were, I guess, at least in the States, if they were far right, or maybe not far right, so if they were more conservative, the conservatives have all the money. They could build their own studio and they could
It's
produce their own
insane.
films and do
Dude,
everything.
me and Matthew, we have literally sat outside of Blaze and had that same conversation like 5 times. Like after every show that we do with Sarah, we talk about that.
And he pushes it hard everywhere. He was just in a conversation with Zachary Levi about it on Twitter.
Shout out Zach.
And you know, about doing their own thing. He's just like he's like, we have the money, but people just, like you said, they would rather support something that's already made and hope that it doesn't have messaging in it.
Yeah.
Even though we have people in our sphere such as James Arnold Taylor, who makes movies with nothing budget.
Yeah.
He has one movie called Hidden Blessing that's won all kinds of awards that probably no one's ever heard of before. That he did for $30,000. He's working on a comic book movie that for $50,000. That trying to get out. Matthew Marsden did his own film, I Am That Man, for just a few million. That's excellent. And it is interesting to see how that certain political part they don't want to take that next step for whatever reason into getting something started.
It is frustrating, man. Like, and again, I say this as someone that, obviously we got my own company and we're seeing.
You're libertarian. We don't count you.
Exactly. But no,
we want that MAGA comic book company. Come on, where you at?
Yeah. And it's the funny thing though. Like you're totally right. Obviously, Matthew and I talked. Shout out Matthew. I talked about this with Zach as well. And because Zach has like Wildwood thing that he's doing. And he's trying to build his own thing out of Texas. And I'm like, we do, because typically you think about even from a family structure, right? Like typically it's not the degenerate leftist that is starting a family, right? That has the money to be able to like fund various things. But yeah, I did a little video essay the other day, probably like a few weeks ago, where I was talking about like basically what if the non-leftists had that type of focus, right? And it would be game over. They'd be finished, but they just don't have that. So as far as the answer that last bit of that question, because I kind of skirted that part. When you saying what measures could be taken to fix this disparity, I think that, like I said, I think the power is going to be in the individuals, right? I think it's going to be like people going out of their way to support these various. I'm not telling you to support someone that you dislike. I think that there is often things that you do like that is being made by someone that doesn't despise you, and I would say go support those efforts to bring this stuff to life. I think that people shouldn't more so, and I've talked about this with Matthew as well. Like we got to get out that line of thinking of, oh, we're trying to wait for the investor to just drop a bunch of the Elon Musk to just drop a bunch of money to then fix the problem. I think that's just not realistic. Like we don't operate like that. Like so, I think the best bet is to collaborate when you can. Like, and then you brought someone in the chat brought up like what Angel Studios is doing, and obviously we're collaborating with them right now on the Gabriel and the Guardians project. So I think collaborating with each other is going to be like that. Trying to figure out ways to do that to make this something that is going to be digestible for the general customer. But a lot of the quote unquote right can help itself out by just getting out of each other's fucking way. Like I hate turning on goddamn every time I open Twitter, it's some fucking someone that's y'all for the most part agree on what like fucking 90% of the issues, but because y'all are like culturally like I don't know, y'all at each other's necks for what? Right, and we're spending all this energy on that. Like, just if we could just be cordial enough to say, all right, I might not even like you, but you're going to create over there, we're going to create over here, we're going to do our things. The people that do maybe that are a little more friendly are going to collaborate. Then I think that disparity you would see start to shrink, but it's going to take a lot of work there.
I will give a couple cool shout outs, like you said, Angel Studios. I try to support. I've gone to the theater to watch their films because I love what they're doing. The Daily Wire. I was firm supporting the Daily Wire. I had their subscription. That whole thing kind of fell apart. Not sure the ins and outs of what was happening with the Daily Wire movie studio, but they had my support as well, even though what was going on. But we also got like things that are popping up, like shout out to Criticless. These are people who saw a a need,
a demand. Yeah,
yeah, and it's like I see people mentioning Criticless in the chat where it puts the power back into the people to give their own reviews. So like there are some things that are moving. Someone said Daily Wire did fall apart, but that Merlin trailer they showed looks cool. Yeah, I haven't seen that either, so I gotta see. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but
yeah, they
Daily
and
Wire,
like I said, they've all those guys over there have done nothing but wish me well and support my efforts. So they won't. I don't get in the weeds of all of those. A lot of those problems, they ain't got nothing to do with me. And I like from Angel to all these guys have done nothing but be supportive of everything that I've done. Shout out to if you were looking for kids content, give a shout out to Total Twins out there. They've done some stuff with Daily Wire, but those guys are uber limited. Uber limited. They ran out a bunch of fucking ad caps.
Yeah.
But they're making like children's youngster content that isn't just filled with a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, that disparity is the power is going to be in the people. And if you're going to try to close that gap, we need creators creating, and we need those of you out there supporting those guys. If you like something and it catches your eye. So you got your $50 worth there. Let me, Gilberto, you jumped in. What do you feel? How you feel about this? The gentleman's question, kind of talking about the right versus not necessarily right versus left. I know we kind of now have limited this to more. It's like leftist versus non-leftist, and people that just want to be entertained. Like, what are your thoughts on some of this?
I think it starts with the studios too, like who these studios are hiring with these activists and stuff, and like people who have fake jobs. And you talk about the fake jobs that people have, and then also bring in people who have no experience, whether it's in the movie making or video game making. They're just there to check the box and make sure that is this game representative enough of the gays, the blacks, the trans, and you can look at previous studios that used to be awesome, like Santa Monica Studios with the original God of Wars, and then going into God of War Ragnarok where, well, we're going to change Agrabota to a black chick, and we're going to have this whole fucking gay Jotunheim arc over here. And then with Spider-Man 2, Sweet Baby Inc. doing the gay deaf chick mission and stuff. So it starts with the fucking identity politics, into the studio.
Wait, she's gay and deaf?
Well, no, I threw in the gay, but she might as well be.
Okay.
I'm curious actually where it says, as mentioned, Asia being in a creative uptick. Is this in reference to like Black Myth Wukong and the new Where Winds? What's the game?
Where was me?
Where was me?
We're talking about the East in general. We're not just talking video games. We're talking TV, movies.
Like anime,
because the East is we're now importing, and Netflix is importing a lot of the Eastern shows over to the West as well. Because the entertainment that we have here, I mean, we've got I don't know if you've seen this, gentlemen, but we have a Christmas film coming on Netflix, 19th of December. It's called The Queen of Coal, and I'll just read you the byline for it. This isn't a joke, by the way. This is legit. A trans woman dreams of working the coal mines, but in a town steeped in superstition and patriarchy, Carlita must fight to earn her spot underground.
Her name is Carlita.
What?
Wow.
I'm watching that day one.
That's
19th of December. So yeah, Netflix, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a trans person in a coal mine.
Well, there's absolutely some truth to that. Like, there's a large percentage of people here in America that they only watch like Korean Netflix. Yeah. Because they're willing to put up with the subtitles just because Korea is actually putting out good, interesting shit.
And play Asian games and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was real, chat. That wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
So what measures could be taken to fix this? Drain it. You got to fucking fire everybody. But now the Sweet Baby Inc. has been dissolved, and now people are hiring making their own in-house.
Yeah, it's all in-house DEI.
It's all in-house DEI stuff. Yeah. So it's going to be harder to detect, but you got to let these fucking companies crash and burn. Really.
Yeah.
Queen of Coal.
So that lady has a pee-pee.
Basic.
I said, man, because ladies don't have pee-pees, Dan. But men do.
Wow.
This is you know what this is? This is unironic Zoolander.
That's what I was just thinking, dude. Zoolander. Yeah.
This is fucking Zoolander in a fucking coal mine, you know?
Wow.
I'm gonna hit it with my Transax. You know, it's yeah. This, I mean, this is where we are. We look at stuff like this, and it's just like
Carlito.
That's
Carlita. I mean, he's Carlito, but
Do.
you know, he's a Carlito, but it's a Carlita.
But as made a great point before, and so did Eric. Like Netflix has the money to put out this kind of stuff and let it bomb, and nobody cared, and we could roast it and like just trigger the internet, and they just be like, whatever. Nobody can come.
Then they'll buy Squid Game, you know.
Yeah, nobody can come to us and say that we're not diverse. You know, it's like we could check every box. We can get that extra money from BlackRock for hitting the right numbers and all that stuff. And you guys are all watching Stranger Things or the Diddy documentary. Highly recommend, by the way. And you know, so they could constantly put out that garbage because they've got all the money. So
yeah.
I swear they just do it to keep Twitter off their. I swear they put stuff like out just to keep
they
people
got like
to
a
shut them
quarterly
up.
budget to keep the leftists off of them.
And that's what I think is nobody's. People aren't really watching it. There's no there's no reason why that would be profitable. It does make YouTubers money, which I'm grateful for, but you know, so it's just like one of those things, you know,
it gives
that
people's jobs.
It is kind of ironic about Netflix that they are so liquid in their cash that they're going to buy Warner Brothers. But I remember just a few years ago, they said we're losing money because everybody's sharing their passwords with their family. So if you guys live in different states, you need your own Netflix because we're losing money. Yet we're going to go fucking buy Warner Brothers for $70 million. Or sorry, $70 billion.
They used to encourage sharing your password.
I remember that.
Yeah. You're correct, You're correct.
Officially.
Speaking of strong opinion, says per Fortune 3 days ago, Netflix has lined up $59 billion of financing from Wall Street banks to help support its planned $72 billion acquisition. Well, yeah, I mean that's the game. The game in corporate. I mean, that's not even a Western or anything. That's pretty much worldwide. How they operate is they get money lent to them by the banks to then do whatever they want to do. They're almost never spending their own money. They'll get this good for the next 10 years or whatever. And they're like, hey, we want to expand. Okay, we want to buy a new building. All right. It's not like they're dropping liquid cash. Usually what they're doing is they're getting some loan lended to them. And they are then paying for it or using that. They're leveraging they're basically their own projections. They're leveraging that, and maybe they have some liquid that they're other forms of collateral that they're maybe leveraging as well. I'm pretty sure these aren't completely unsecured fucking loans.
That's what Netflix did. They use stock options as well.
Yeah, they use other things as collateral, but that's the game. I hate it about that's corporate America though. That's even with small businesses. That's the game. The game is using the bank's money to then pay for said thing. That's what they all do.
I don't know how Warner got all that money, or I mean Paramount.
Paramount's broke. I don't want to. That one I especially don't understand. Well, the Saudis and Kushner jumped in for sure, and they're helping them out. But yeah,
like your retarded cousin with a lien on his house walks up and is like, "Can I buy your brand new F-350?"
Yeah, and they're like,
"I'll
sure,
buy it cash," and you're like, well, "How do you have money?"
Yeah, exactly.
Saudis and Abu Dhabi and all them have invested billions of dollars in the theme park industry, where they are opening the most lucrative, crazy Six Flags ever in Saudi Arabia. And of course, Abu Dhabi is going to be opening the most interactive, innovative Disney World of all time. And then SeaWorld is in Dubai. The SeaWorld in Dubai is probably like one of the, everyone says one of the most crazy experiences ever. So even they are getting on this, Saudi Arabia is getting on this whole, buy this, let's own this so we can put this in our theme parks. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Isn't there going to be a Pokemon land on Saudi Arabia?
A what land?
Pokemon land.
So there is a Pokemon
land. Oh my God,
land.
what they're going to end up catching?
There's a Pokemon land in Japan
STDs.
that does not allow fat people to go. That you have to.
Is that the new like walking park?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The
you have to
park that they're building.
So you show up and they have to. You get put through a test to see if you're allowed in the theme park.
Test.
Are you fit enough?
What kind of test? Like a physical test?
Like,
I've
what's your
been
BMI?
trying to get
What's your BMI?
that information, but like
Doing
me and
hurdles
Ryan,
and
like we talked
fucking
about it on daily, and it was
bench
just
press.
like,
Yeah, like
fucking
run
220.
100, step on a
They got
scale.
like a
what
mini
kind of
combine
test?
in front of
Yeah,
them.
it's like a combine when you get in.
This place is in it's either Korea or Japan where they have like a bar and they'll have bars.
yes,
And if you can't go through the bar, you can't come in.
correct.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Hell
That's
yeah.
correct.
I love it.
I have failed every one,
Same.
Oh, man.
right. Me and
and I
Az will
fucking
go-
built it.
Me and Az will go somewhere else.
Oh man, that is crazy.
I'll take
it's-
you out, Az. Don't worry. I know where all the good spots.
Yeah, we'll find a place
Right.
somewhere.
You
we
guys
can roll
enjoy
to.
your skinny restaurant.
Yeah.
Screw y'all.
Insomniac with a 5 is
Cool
okay.
DoorDash.
He said, Eric, hear me out. I have 3 banger business deals. Okay. 1 super chat edition of Gary's book. Book has random words spelled out like he reads super chats. Okay. 2, he says, get Jay to read your comics like he does Transformers.
Hey.
He apparently said that's on the way.
You might be seeing an
I saw a comment. So,
Nice.
yeah. Let's go.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
looking forward to that. Insomniac also says, get us as a store page of as getting some tea out of a microwave with a caption. Slurple.
Mods, can we ban him?
Let's go.
Mods.
And 4 animation Rippaverse animation collection on VHS.
Yes, we did talk about. So that first of all,
For real?
I want to give a big shout out to Dan for that, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I was thinking more like, I'm trying to think of like current stuff. I was like, oh man, we could do some Blu-rays and stuff.
DVD, Blu-ray.
Yeah, but I was like, but when he brought that up the other day,
Let's go.
I was like, dude, that will be fucking sick. Cause so just like I was looking at the cassettes, I was looking at my cassette manufacturer. He was like, shit, we could do some VHS. I was talking with him. He's like, yeah, we could do some VHS shit too.
Let's
I was like,
go, man.
oh, dude, that would be fucking sick, dude. Like, do some fucking.
They're so much better to collect too with the sticker box art and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
It'd be sick.
Dude, 100% down.
I don't have a VHS player. You got to do something else.
Yeah.
We need. You got to give me
Get one for $5.
Yeah, you can get
yard
one for
sale.
Christmas.
Yeah, you could get one.
I don't have a
fucking
TV
nothing.
to run it because you need the right. You need the red, green, and yellow wires.
Yeah.
They sell adapters now.
Yeah, they do. They sell adapters and stuff now. But nah, dude, I'd be 100% down. But no, seriously, guys,
That'd be cool.
appreciate y'all for supporting the pin on the comment section. We love to have you a part of it. 20 away from having 200 supporters on
That's
this.
amazing.
Thank you all so much. We appreciate you. It's our first ever crowdfund, and we're almost halfway there. So we're not living on a prayer, but we're almost halfway there. But so I appreciate y'all. 5, 10, 25, or you can do the open support where you're like, I just want to give you $3. Fine, we'll take it. I ain't tripping either. So thank you for that support. 20 away from 200. So yeah. VHS.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go, y'all. Please appreciate that. Thank you for the support. We also have my man's Crease King says, ask Scarlett Johansson as Phantasm Batman 2 thought.
I like it. I really like it. I think Warner Brothers have been sleeping on a live action adaptation of The Mask of the Phantasm, and it's a great story. It's pretty much a reworking of Batman Year 2 with the Reaper, but they changed the Reaper to Andrea Beaumont. They make her the Phantasm instead. It works very well. They recently brought it back in the comics, from what I can gather, a couple of years ago now. And there's an amazing Prime 1 statue of Batman, Catwoman, and Andrea behind them as the Phantasm. I think it'd be a really good story to adapt. They could play with it. It's already been played with. It fits in very well to the mob-esque storyline that the first movie brought in for the Batman. And so I think it's I look at that and I say, I think that's a smart choice. I legitimately think that's a smart choice.
There you go. Thank you for that, Crease King. Love to see you here, man. Thank you. Oh, and X-Wing 5 is a stupid name, says Insomniac. That's always ridiculous.
Everywhere I go.
Hell.
Per usual. All right, we have a 5 from. Did I read this? No, I didn't. Hell the panel. Long live the Rippaverse. TikTok. Hashtag more camera cross. Okay, I heard you.
Hey,
I heard you. I heard you.
get 4 books in 2026.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm down. I am down. All right, we have Smack with a 20. Content type, cost, profit, question mark, comic, cheap to make, line of profit if successful, TV show, not cheap, but more reach, no profit if successful, merch, cheaper, the TV, line of profit if a successful movie, expensive, line of profit. Yeah, look, that's this is why we're doing animation crowdfund. I think a lot of people don't understand how expensive, number one, that stuff is. I know people, talk about anime and, people love it, but the Japanese don't use those to make money on the platforms that they put them on. It's never been like that with the studios. The studios use that as a loss leader. It's the whole point of that is to have that sell other things, other channels, direct people to other channels where they can make money. So obviously they make the mangas cheaply printed. They have obviously all that merchandise and everything. That's how they make their money using that. So yeah, it's you got to pick and choose. And even comics like Definitely the Kind Weeper, they're not cheap to make either. You're paying these page rates to all these creatives. So yeah, and that takes a lot of risk. You know what I mean? If you're throwing down that type of money and expecting a return, it takes a lot of risk. And this is why those major studios are so attractive, and pretty much everybody flows through that channel because they're the ones that can afford to take that risk. I mean, hell, we spent the first half of this show talking about people losing $316 million. Small little dudes can't do that. You know what I mean? But who is it? Comcast with Peacock can somehow lose that much money and they're good to go, right? So that's why that stuff is attractive for people that are in those types of industries. But yeah, for anybody that is aspiring to do creative work that isn't a deranged leftist, you got to kind of be mindful of the industry that you enter into, because some are more expensive than others, like a lot more expensive than others. 183 guys. We are, wow. 3 of y'all just like that.
Let's go.
Just jumped in like that. Appreciate that. We're almost at 200 total supporters. So thank you. Appreciate.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah.
Is this Rip and the Silverback high tea bro science right now?
Basically, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Basically.
Let's go.
On a Tuesday night's main event or something.
Yeah.
Which is real.
Yeah.
I'm not on any of those shows anymore. So
Oh man.
I'm just here.
We better go then, Jay.
I'm just happy to be invited.
Nah, dude. Anytime, man. We have a 2 from Because I Can. Says, good luck on your future projects. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Jeremy the Cyborg says, Ripple was wondering if you ever thought about doing a collab with Phil Labonte of All That Remains. Your music type sounds similar. A lot of people don't know. Him and I are good friends. We float around the same genre, we're both medical guys. But I don't know if I've ever said this publicly. I think it was 2018, 2019. We were this close to having a tour that was going to be All That Remains, us, and Fit for a King. I can't remember what specific. I can't remember if it was a conflict issue, because I think we had just got off tour with Vanna. Vanna did their farewell tour. We were on that. And or was it after Like Moths? I can't remember. It was a tour that we just jumped off, and that tour was so close to happening. I was a good friends with Ryan, went to school with Ryan back in the Gap, and it was this close to happening. But yes, I would love to collaborate with Phil. We'll probably make something happen very, very soon. That is my brother, man. Love him to death. Slain Hope with a 2 says, if you don't hate Trump, you're right wing to them. Well, yeah, that's why that distinction doesn't mean much because they're calling, you got to understand, me and Ash talk about this all the time. When they call you a right winger, it's just if you're to the right of Stalin. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't all the stuff that the nerds like us, we argue over the distinctions between our philosophies. They don't care. You know what I mean? To them, classical liberal to fucking conservative, it's all the same.
It gives them a cope to the fact that the whole world hates them.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. They don't make that distinction. Grab Web says, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. I don't have it, so as always, he's here to remind us. Shout out Grab Web. We got mini figs with it too. It says, "Ask, do you watch the Premier League?"
Premier League.
Yeah,
Premier League.
Premier.
Not Premier League.
that's what I always call it.
Premier League.
Premier League.
Premier.
I'm a Serie A guy anyway, so
Don't worry, chat. I'll have them speaking proper.
Nah,
yes, I'm Crystal Palace supporter, having a season of our lives right now.
We have Aussie stereotype with a 5 as I got in the comics through the disaster Thor 3. Read the source. Read the source and loved it, knowing the damage from one story. I'm a Ripper convert. All hell. Hey, shout out to you. Appreciate that. Well, if you like that sort of stuff, Norse mythology influence, maybe go get Glorious Death. That is something that you can get a little bit of that there. It might satisfy. Cheryl, she is with 5 months, says, good to see you all. I donated to the fund. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you all so much for everybody donating. We're at 184, so 16 more. I think we can get that by the end of the stream. I really do. Irish Whips arm drags with it too. Says, thank you, boys, for taking turns on my mom. It wasn't me. You got the wrong guys. I think that may have been Beardo may have been a part of that. That wasn't me. I had nothing to do with that.
What the
What?
You're welcome.
Hey.
I was not a participant in that. We got Brown with a 39 months says hashtag more Cameron Cross. All right, I respect it. An update on the Horseman helmet.
Shout out.
Y'all spreading these false rumors again about this Horseman replica helmet. I never committed to that.
I'll get one.
I respect it.
I'd buy it.
I respect it. That might be maybe one of these days we do a Ripper Works thing with that. My man's Cole Hauser. What's up with it? What's up?
He also said more Cameron Cross. He forgot to type that in that super chat. Just FYI.
No, wow. I respect it. More Cameron Cross. Hashtag. Cole Hauser. What's up with you, bro? So there,
Cole Hauser.
Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Much love to you. That ain't cheap, by the way. That's 50 bones. Cole Hauser, always good dude, man. Always appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
Cole Hauser runs the Transformers. He helps run the Transformers convention that we're actually going to have one in Orlando.
Let's go.
So he's coming down. There's going to be a big one in Orlando in October, and then of course we'll be back for the one in. I'll be going to the other one in Toronto again this coming year.
I might be at that October one.
Uh-oh.
Bro, don't put that out there, man. You know I'm going to use it.
Uh-oh. That might have been NDA, man. No, it's not a trans convention.
It's where all us trans coal miners meet. And we just like, God, you know what I'd love to fucking do for a living? I'd love to work in a coal mine. But first I need to have my dick chopped off.
Jesus.
Patriarchy.
The patriarchy in this town is horrendous.
Yeah.
Shout out Cole Hauser.
That's the most unrealistic thing about that film. Is that somebody's dreams of becoming a fucking coal miner?
That's the one thing that separates the feminists. You start bringing up how male dominate that fucking industry.
Hazardous jobs.
Yeah, all the hazardous jobs. Equal pay has they ignore that one. Andrew with the 2 says, think you can make top 4 as.
It'll be tough. It'll be really tough to do so, but I mean, it'd be great to qualify for Europe next season.
We have Heavy D with a 2 says White Pill was the best song ever. Thank you. Appreciate that. Rest of you, sup. Well, I'm glad you enjoy White Pill. That's one of my favorite songs that I've recorded up till now. I had a lot of fun with that. 1992 space movie with a 10 says checked my Spotify rap Glorious Death number 3. Let's go. Says I was banging that song on repeat for about 2 weeks straight. I'll get in on Rippaverse campaign when my paycheck is. I appreciate that. Well, thank you. Hey, anytime you're jumping in, appreciate you. Again, we got 30 days still left. That was a stealth drop. I didn't even warn you guys that was dropping. So the fact that almost 200 of you guys have come through and shown love. Actually, That's 186, guys. That number is climbing. That number is climbing, right? 187. Just as I went
Hell
through it.
yeah, we're almost there.
187, guys.
Love to
Let's
see
go.
it.
13 away from 200 supporters. Let's go. Shout out
You
to
can't
y'all.
fuck around now, guys. Come on.
Yeah. We have to do it. We got to do it. 13 of y'all can show some love. We appreciate that though. Seriously. Shout out. Luke says went to a con Saturday and doubled the pre-orders for my encrypted issue. Oh, shout out. Issue 1 will be available till Christmas, and Az will get his copy as promised. Okay.
Look at that. That's awesome.
There we go. I love to hear that. I
Yeah,
absolutely
Jim's
love
own
to hear
stuff.
that. Let's go. Of course, got John Doe with it too. Appreciate that. I wanted to give you an opportunity real quick, Beardo, because you came in after the fact. I want to know your thoughts, kind of how you feeling about this whole. We haven't talked at all really about Paramount now. I should go through that article from Variety in a bit, but just with Netflix maybe acquiring Warner, how you feel about it?
I don't feel good.
Okay.
My hopes was that Universal was going to come in. Universal was
Comcast.
It's Universal Comcast.
Yeah,
Are they
it's Comcast.
together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping that they were going to be the one to win the war, but I don't feel good about Netflix at all. And apparently James Gunn has job security, and it's going to be a long time for this process to go through once the government.
Yeah, it usually takes like at least a year and a half usually for all that to.
Yeah, like 18 months is what.
You know,
I'm
weren't you
hearing
hoping for
through.
any company that gets rid of James Gunn's universe? Like you'd be happy with that?
Pretty much. Get rid of James Gunn. I was hoping he was going to be one and done, and nobody's going to see this Supergirl movie with James Gunn being like, oh well. Like before Superman even came out, it's like, well, even if this movie is a loss financially, it's still a win because I'm the guy and I get to decide if it's a win or a loss. So I'm deciding it's already a win even if we lose money. And the second movie in his thing is going to be Supergirl. That's retarded. What are we doing with Batman, Wonder Woman? They got the Green Lantern show that's now been delayed for the second time now. You got old man Hal Jordan. I like the actor that they picked, Kyle Chandler, for Hal Jordan, but I already know how the Lantern show is going to end. They're going to kill off Hal Jordan and just have Jon Stewart be the Green Lantern going forward for his universe. So anything is better than James Gunn at this point. They're going to make Wonder Woman gay, whether that's James Gunn or Netflix. Wonder Woman's going to be gay going forward because, it only makes sense because she's on an island of women. So Wonder Woman's, she's going to be gay. So fuck Steve Trevor. Steve Trevor's they're probably going to make him gay too on Netflix or if it's James Gunn. So no, this was the worst possible outcome for Warner Brothers and DC specifically for that. So
let's talk about that because we someone proposed. I have a video dropping after this, probably after this, talking about this because someone asked a fantastic question about if Netflix acquired it, what that would mean for DC. And someone asked me would they keep the publication going, and I was like, I'm not so sure because, like. Look, if you're acquiring a property that big, and definitely if you're trying to somehow implement your own, like, you're bringing it into your own model, Netflix is major on digital, and huge on digital. So I could see them, for example, potentially entertaining the idea of keeping DC if it's profitable. I don't know. Like the DC Universe stuff, like Live. If you don't know what that is, it's basically their little application where you can, you read old comics. They used to have all the movies and stuff on there. I think they moved some of that to HBO, but they used to have all that stuff on there, and I could see them trying to maybe implement that. But as far as like actual physical book, like publication, I was like, I'm not so sure that they wouldn't like maybe try to license that off to a Tide or like McFarlane or Skybound or something, get a hold of that. And I was like, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, that's probably exactly what they would do. And if they did do that, they would shake things up. I think that it would be natural for them to like maybe like their animated. That's one of the most fun things that if you're talking recent memory that DC has produced that people feel good about. It's generally been their animated universe.
Almost all of their animated movies are fantastic.
Right. So I could see them obviously starting to greenlight all those projects and trying to get a bunch of those on their platform and Netflix live action. I don't know. Probably maybe a similar thing. But as far as like the actual book load, because if the deal as it stands, they would get a hold of all of that. I wouldn't be surprised if they license that stuff off because I'm not so sure that that's very profitable for, well, it's not profitable at all for Warner if you're talking looking at it in its totality, but as far as what they spend to make the books versus what they're getting in return, I'm not sure that they're making that much money, and I don't think they're going to be in the business of just inheriting that would they use it as a loss leader? Potentially, maybe. Is there a world where they see like us just keeping that going not for the sake of tradition, but for the sake of getting eyes on like a new property? Maybe, but like I'm not entirely convinced that they would be wanting to keep that around, and that would shake up, because you got to understand, as like out here in the West, man, Marvel and DC obviously make up such a huge amount of the market share. That would shake things up completely, even if they licensed it. As what do you obviously a DC guy like I was, and like, what do you think they would do with that? Would you even give a shit either way, one way or another? But do you think that they would say, we're not in the business of publishing? Like, that's not what we do, so we don't want it. We're just not going to do it anymore.
It depends if they want a profit.
That's the question.
And that is the question. Do you want a profit or not? Because we've spoken many times that if Marvel and DC didn't have their sugar daddies, because they are sugar daddies, then would they be making money on their own? And for the comic side, clearly not. Clearly not. So I right now I would only trust the license in someone like Skybound. It's the only place that I'd trust. It's the only comic place right now that seems to be wanting to make authentically good. Well, Rippaverse. I'm talking Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street stuff. Yeah.
So we're talking about because it is essentially Image.
Right. That's all. It is.
Yeah. And it just feels like they're the only ones that are wanting to take these franchises and do right by them, make them, take them back to the roots, but do something different.
Right.
But still something that would go alongside where it is. Like the Transformers comics just been fucking amazing.
Right.
Like it's been out of this world. And I literally cannot wait till it drops in the letterbox. I really, really can't. It's just like drop, straight read, boom, done. And so if you put it this way, if you gave the IP to people who are that minded, because I don't, DC's not there.
It would have to go to if you're looking at it like that, it would have to go to some people that actually give a shit about the property, like not like an IP holder. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it would have to go to like the top dog.
They clearly care about the properties.
Right.
You can clearly tell that the writers have come on board. They really love G.I. Joe. They really love Transformers. They're invested in these characters. They love the fact that they're synergistically putting something together, but keeping them all separate and just bringing them in when they need to bring them in for a little bit of, cross-pollination. You just imagine that same mindset, because that mindset would still carry over to things like Batman and Superman and stuff like that. You put them in the hands of these creatives who clearly love comics. I mean, first and foremost, you got to love comics.
Right.
I don't believe that people at DC and Marvel love comics. I legitimately don't. I don't believe that they are in love with the medium. A lot of them see them as a stepping stone to try and get through to the next phase, which to them is TV and Netflix. They trample all over these characters. They're reckless with them. They don't come into these worlds with the mindset of I'm privileged to have my time with these characters. They come in and they're just like, these characters now work for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's their approach.
And that's why it's just been torn apart. So either. I right now, I don't think I would fucking fear if they were in the hands of Paramount. But there again, if they're if they're in the hands of Netflix, I'd wonder where the hell they would go.
Yeah. It's not either of those. Yeah, that's it's almost like you're choosing between both of the worst case scenarios. If you care about that part, like the publishing aspect of the company, like as far as DC is concerned, like, yeah, it's like there's no if you could, yeah, there's no winning in that. Maybe there's the positive of okay, you get some green if you're like into like the animated stuff. You know, you might get some stuff green lit and it'll be put on Netflix, and if they keep doing a decent job on that, that's great.
So I want it chopped up. So I want it chopped up and sold off. Because the people who are going to pick it up, they're going to be invested.
Correct.
Because that's going to become their golden goose.
Well, they're
going to treat it like
that would be a great scenario there.
That would be the great scenario with all of those properties.
That's why I'm wondering if Trump will step in or the government will step in and be like, "This is you can't do this if they stop it," because you can see on both sides tweeting about that. Sorry,
wasn't interested.
The Elizabeth Warren was out like on her side saying, "We got to stop this. This isn't right. We got to stop." So there's already like government interference that could be piping in the sale of this outright. So I guess it will be interesting to see.
Well, then what about video games too?
I was going to talk about that because
if they're getting DC, then they have to be getting that as well, right? They have to.
No, there's the Arkham games. Obviously, it's Batman, but there's some less obvious stuff. When you start thinking about it, it becomes more and more surreal. Mortal Kombat. Netflix owns Mortal Kombat. How surreal is that?
Fuck, dude! Like I didn't even think about the game. I didn't literally. This is the first time I've thought about the gaming aspect.
Classic cartoons, Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes is a big one. Looney Tunes,
Thundercats, the classic Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, the Jetsons, all of that. There's gonna be a bunch of sloppy transsexual movies about those things now.
Well, and then going back to the video games with DC specifically. James Gunn said when he took over DC, he wanted to bring back movie tie-in video games, which I think is a huge fucking mistake. I like the more standalone style of these stories, like with the Arkham games, even what Marvel was doing with the Spider-Man games. But with Rocksteady,
depends on the movie, though.
Well, it depends on the movie, and
like the Lord of the Rings tie-in games were incredible.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but for the most part, most of those movie tie-in games didn't hit. They were kind of lame. But I figured that James Gunn would do a Superman game for his movie. That never happened. And then you saw what happened with Rocksteady with Suicide Squad.
One of the greatest games ever made.
And it's only Rocksteady in name because you have Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker moving away from Rocksteady during the development of Suicide Squad. Now they have their own studio, 100 Star Studios, which is supposed to be working under James Gunn. They don't have any work right now. If anybody's going to get a new Arkham game, whether it's Batman Beyond, future sequel to an Arkham game, I want it to be 100 Star Studios because those are the guys that founded Rocksteady and did Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Rocksteady, keep Batman far away from fucking Rocksteady. And then remember, who was it? The Shadow of Mordor.
Yes, fantastic game.
What was it Monolith Studios?
Yeah,
did they close down?
They made
well, yeah, because they were working on that Wonder Woman game, and I'm like, Monolith Studios doing a Wonder Woman game with the sword combat that was in the Shadow of Mordor, which is pretty much Arkham combat, just with the sword and shield. Combat. And I'm like, this is fucking perfect. Them doing a Wonder Woman game, that'd be great. And they shut down. We're never getting that game.
That was crazy. They spent, me and Az covered it. They spent, I don't remember how much, millions of dollars on that. And they'll never see the light of day, which is just insane.
It's over 100 million.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
For that Wonder Woman game?
Yeah, it was something nuts, man, that they had sunk into that, and it'll never see the light of day. That's just...
And it could have been good.
That was...
Bro, you know what else? The Cartoon Network classic cartoons. They own it all now.
And all that stuff is... Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff like less obvious that you keep thinking about. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's everything.
It's all on the Netflix. Yep.
As what do you know about 100 Star Studios with Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker?
Not a lot. I know a lot of these studios exist now, like Rebel Wolves. They've been made up predominantly of the Witcher creative team. As we know from Expedition 33, they've been now made up of former Ubisoft that were creatively stifled. We know that there's a bunch of ex-Blizzard guys that create their own studio. They've been quiet and developing. So there's a lot most of these studios now are just studios in name only. Like all the people that made the great games, your BioWares, in terms of games, your Mass Effects, your Witchers, your RPGs, all of them, they've all gone. They've all gone. They've all left, and now we've got these stupid, absolute fucking shells of companies that are more interested in sticking 15 DI fucking divisions in their in their properties instead of actually making good games. But Ubisoft just came out today and made another ridiculous statement about, the reaction to Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't going to prevent us from making dual protagonist stories. It's like, it's not about dual protagonist stories.
Yeah.
Stop bullshitting.
So they're admitting that the reaction was negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But it overperformed by not telling us how it did.
Yeah. Bunch of bullshit.
Eric died.
Bullshit.
R.I.P. Eric July. This is now
waiting.
He said in the private chat, keep the convo going, and we're like,
as we remember, Eric.
I just hope that we can get some good.
Let's start with you first. What was Eric to you as a person?
I wanted to continue the conversation of how movie tie-in games weren't good, Beardo. There were so many good ones. What about
there was some good
Spider-Mans?
So Spider-Man 2 was about the only good Spider-Man tie-in game with Doc Ock.
Spider-Man 2 for the PS2?
Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2. That one was good. The Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, Return of the King.
The first one is good. Is it not based on the first Spider-Man movie?
I liked the first one.
The first one was so wonky, man, with the swinging mechanics.
It was kind of wonky.
It was so wonky. It was so bad.
It was closer to the PS1 Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
Then then came the PS2, the 2 on the PS2, and it became more like a GTA Spider-Man.
It was an open world, and you could be the Green Goblin at the end of it.
Yeah.
That was sick.
You didn't like episode 3? That video game was awesome.
Okay, it's fantastic.
Yes, but that was LucasArts back when they were still doing video games.
Oh, of course.
That episode 3, Revenge of the Sith video game was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
It was.
Even
Batman and Robin for the PS1. Batman and Robin for the PS1 was better than the fucking movie. I'm telling you.
So was episode 3 the video game.
Giving away the whole plot
it
before
sucks
the movie
that
came out.
I remember they released that game like
Bro.
2 weeks before the movie. And it had parts in it that I thought was going to be in the film, and I was highly disappointed that like the librarian didn't get killed and all that stuff, and like we didn't get the Anakin Mace Windu fight that we got in the video game. I was like,
Jay, one of the best games of all time, and Jay will agree with me, is a movie game. GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Matrix. Did anybody play the Matrix? That game
Yeah,
was
GoldenEye pause.
Which Matrix one? There's Enter the Matrix and there's Matrix.
It's the
Path
greatest
of Neo.
music.
I just
in
did
all.
Enter.
I think I
the
did Enter
Matrix.
the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, GoldenEye, man, that has a lot of hours of my life.
And it was released like years later after the movie was released.
Yeah, they did.
And then
Tomorrow
we
Never
would just put
Dies,
the
too.
pause. We just put the pause music on and just let it play in the house.
Oh, have you seen the Insta reel about that? Just got a guy who walks into the room. Just got a guy who walks into the room.
Yeah,
he
I've seen
speaks
it.
to a guy on the PC. It's just like, we're just doing a movie tie-in. We just need some music for a pause screen. Nothing too fancy. What you got for me? And he just went, what about this? And he just hits the GoldenEye pause music. And it just like goes back and forth and then like fucking dancing away. Just like, that fucking pause music
Az
went
doesn't
hard.
send me those cool Instagram reels. He sends me disgusting stuff.
What?
Like,
I don't even want to tell
he
you.
sends me gorillas shitting on a table and stuff like that. That's the stuff Az sends
I send Dan your gay gifts every day. I try and do a gay a day for Dan.
A gay a day.
And then he just sends me fucking scat porn. He'll just send me a man shitting in the ocean, and then it'll be gorilla shitting on a table, and then it'll be put it this way, something will be shitting in something, okay? Something or
funny.
around something.
Dan sends me AI fat people falling off cliffs.
That was me.
Oh, so he just recycled it and sent it to me. He's like, let me recycle it, and people think
I'm
I'm
addicted
funny.
to those AI fat people videos. It's fantastic.
They are funny.
They're breaking stuff.
Falling
I
through
get a lot of money
floor.
making those for great, you know.
Oh man, that is y'all. Wait,
thank you for reminding me, Dan. I need to send you a gay gift today.
By the way,
let's
look at that. Let's go, guys. We're nine away from the 200. Nine away from the 200. Please, thank you. Pin in the comment section. We love for you to support our animation efforts, man. We're almost there to the 200 supporters, man. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. So what's going on with James Gunn? Like, is this official? With him like being brought, like he's staying.
I've heard that he has complete job security through the transition.
Is he trans?
That's just what they're saying.
I'd like him to transition from a shit writer to a good one. If he could do that. Could you transition from not making a shit movie to making a good one for DC?
Easier to fire him and hire a good one.
No, it makes sense. He's got his contract runs out pretty much the end of 2026, so there's no reason to fuck around during a transitional phase. But
yeah,
it's that Supergirl movie is going to decide a lot of what's going to happen.
It's going to be so bad.
Was the trailer? Was that yesterday that dropped?
It
was like a little teaser
where she's sitting on the bench.
Teaser.
Yeah, and there's like a spaceship that like landed in front of her, and then it just showed the logo.
Harry Potter is Warner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why Comcast had a huge interest in them because of the theme park aspect and stuff like that.
Right.
I wonder if
Man,
did they
just
lose
Harry
anything?
Potter, it's huge.
Yeah, I always wonder how that. I mean, usually the person that's or the company, the entity that's like acquiring the old one, they're going to inherit everything. But I do wonder, like, because oftentimes you get with these deals, like there is a set of circumstances upon, like, in the event this happens, you know, rights revert back to so and so or something like that. So I wonder if there's any of that stuff going on with some of those licensed properties that they also have, and what all would Netflix end up having, because there would be a shakeup, because there's other people using those Warner properties. Six Flags as is another one, talk about theme parks and stuff, like all the DC stuff, like out here at Six Flags here, you know, that all that stuff is caught up in the Warner stuff. So I wonder what that means for them.
Same thing with Magic Mountain. Everything is DC for the rides over there. Except that Superman ride at Magic Mountain, they shut it down, man, because it didn't meet standards anymore.
Damn.
I'm just looking through HBO Max.
Did you hear what happened
at all the stuff?
Where's Magic Mountain?
Magic Mountain's in California.
So
it's up in the desert.
The Six Flags in Georgia. Did you hear what happened like several years ago? It was Christian Weekend. It's horrible. Christian Weekend, where they had like Christian artists sing at Six Flags, and some kid lost his hat on the Batman ride, jumped the fence and went to get his hat, and the ride came down and decapitated him.
What?
Fuck.
Yeah.
When was
Imagine
that?
being the youth pastor that has to call.
Was he okay?
He didn't make it.
Is he okay?
Fucking ass, bro.
He didn't make it.
He didn't make it, sadly.
Oh shit, that's a bummer.
Like, can you imagine the youth pastor having to call and be like, "Hey, we got a problem with your kid."
Wow.
So,
two pieces.
Well, yeah, they had to redo that ride, and like the way that people could hop the fence to like get into certain areas over there was crazy.
Jeez.
Decapitated.
That is.
Yeah, the ride came down like right where his hat was. He picked it up and he thought he was. I don't know. I guess I thought he was low enough, and the metal area just came up and just.
When was that?
Oh, it was a few years ago.
A few years ago.
Yeah. It wasn't
Thank
recent.
God for that. I thought it was like last week. I was going,
yeah, no. It wasn't recent. But speaking of deaths at Disney, a lady died at the Haunted Mansion like last weekend.
That's
she had a massive heart attack. She had a massive heart attack.
People keep dying in parks.
Oh, jeez.
Parks are dangerous.
A heart
Have
attack.
you seen the
on
people that
Haunted
go to
Mansion?
Disney? Have you seen their health?
Yeah, They don't be in good. They don't be in the best of shape.
So maybe it's just correlation and not causation, right?
Woman of the food, man.
The plus size park hoppers are the most popular YouTube vloggers right now.
Oh man.
So
plus size park.
Bring them up to Ryan. He loves that.
Just do plus size everything. Just grab any niche whatsoever and add plus size to it.
Well, they're famous because they go and try to fit on the rides and see if they could fit, and they get millions of views per video of people watching them try to fit on the rides. So,
hey, Beardo, let's do plus size bodybuilders.
My favorite videos of theirs is like, come with us as we eat through Disney, and they have like, dude, hundreds of dollars worth of junk food all day. Here's what we had for breakfast. Here's what we had for second breakfast. Here's our lunch.
We started out with a light snack, a turkey leg.
Yeah, a light snack, fucking ice cream, turkey leg, and French fries smothered in cheese and bacon.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
God.
I about had a heart attack just hearing you explain that.
Then they go, sorry, folks.
And that was just one of their 6 meals that they had it.
The boats aren't big enough.
My God.
Fucking
I mean,
hell.
but they found again, they found their market. I mean, what do you?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I gotta
Disney
dip.
rash.
I gotta dip.
Yeah, I figured, man. I appreciate you. It's been 2 hours, man. So I appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to Az, man. He wasn't even supposed to really be here. I was just like, hey, man, you can stop by. I appreciate it, man. So shout out. Shout out,
But
bro.
it's still 9. Come on, let's hit that 200 though for the end of the stream.
Yeah.
Cheers, chat. Cheers, everyone. I'll see you
Take care,
later.
Az.
All right, Az. Easy,
Take
man.
care, man.
Shout out. Yeah, he's on a different time zone than us, man. So shout out.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got a couple super chats in that came out. Angie says, according to my YouTube recap for the year, Norfolk was #1. Let's go. Let's
go. Thank you.
Let's go. Shout out,
Thanks
Angie.
for the support.
Appreciate you. Sensei with a 2 says, hell, the 199, I just did my part. Excited for it. Well, thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody. And Jeanette with a 350 czar. Let's go. I died with the candy cane. Says using only Grok, I was able to animate a pretty decent 2-minute clip of glorious death. Imagine what a professional could do. Do you think AI will eventually be used for action scenes at a fraction of the cost? Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Don't get Rippa started.
Easy.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though. Like, my thing about the AI is interesting because, like, I think anybody that works professionally in art starts to see how the more precise you see just how far away you are from it ever getting to that point. Like, as far as what you think is like good, you can put in a script, it can do all these crazy things. But when you need it to specifically do something, like I need something so specific, you find just how far away from it doing that it actually is. Like
it's a lot of luck, and the business model is usually based on luck because they want you to keep spending those credits.
Right.
Like most most AI websites that sell some kind of AI video services, it's in the form of credits, right? You buy a certain amount of credits, and they want you to keep pressing that regen button so you can keep spending credits, so they don't have financial incentive to make it precise. It's
far away from that. Like, so I think it'll be a minute. I'm not saying that it'll ever get used. I think because I've seen people, they do it like with I saw some guy do some like anime. It's a completely AI generated anime thing, and you could see that it was a trailer, so there was only so much that and it was fit, I guess, for what the AI is able to do right now, like doing things in these short bursts, right? But you could tell, like, when it was really getting to the nitty gritty of really trying to show some of these action scenes, he was refraining. The person that created was refraining from having that happen, and it mainly was because it's just not capable there. And that's what we've noticed. Like, it's like you got a lot of people trying to figure that stuff out, but it's like you're so far away. And the reason why I'm kind of stumbling on my words, because Jeremy the Cyborg with 50 gifted. I was looking at all these damn gifts come in. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? Jesus.
Thick mustache.
Yeah, that's cocky. That is really. I don't have the clip of myself pulled up, so unfortunately I can't cue that. But you are a cocky son of a bitch for the 50 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Jeremy the Cyborg.
Forgive me, brother. I gotta dip too. I have a
Yeah. I
show
saw you,
in a
P. I
little
was just
bit.
about to get you out.
Nah, no
Appreciate you,
worries.
Jay.
Hey,
Thank you
man,
so
let's
much,
get that
man, for
thing
stopping by.
Let's get that thing to 200. Have me on anytime, brother. Anytime.
I appreciate
Love
you
what
so much.
love what's going on over here. Love supporting this work. Love being a part of it. Thank you for letting me be a small part of the Rippaverse, dude. It's incredible, and you know, we got a lot more work to do, right? Got a lot more work between all of us. All of us here. God bless you guys, everybody on the panel. I'll talk to y'all real soon. And I'll see you.
Take care, Jay.
Jay.
See you, Jay. Appreciate you, homie. Again, Jeremy the Cyborg, thank you so much for that 50. That is not.
You'd love to see it.
Cheap. That is wow. Jesus. 50 gifted, man. Wow. Thank you for that again. Seriously, Jeremy the Cyborg. That's crazy, man. Like, I was just seeing all those come in, but and Jeanette, yeah, it's interesting. I do think that there's obviously going to be people. The thing about the AI thing is that is really intriguing to me is the economics. Not just necessarily with, and I've done, if you want to watch my videos, I've talked about this. This bubble is 1,000% about to burst. There's a lot of money floating in the AI space. Oh, that's it's funny money, and they haven't really quite figured out how that they're going to make this a profitable venture. When OpenAI is only making $13 million in revenue, but committing to $1.4 trillion in spending, that's not sustainable. That's not sustainable. That's not sustainable at all. So the technology for sure is going to make it on the other side, obviously, just like the internet did. But there's going to be a lot of people that don't. But yeah, it is interesting to see that. I think is for those that are like going to lean on that and then try to sell it. That verdict is still up. Or still out there, because I think there's a bunch of people that are under the impression. I think this is what a lot of these mainstream cats thought. Like, if people know, because when I saw the guy from Epic, I don't know if y'all heard about this story. I don't know if y'all had a chance to talk about it, but if you saw it, Tim Sweeney or whatever his name is from Epic, basically was talking about he didn't think that the third party, like the platforms like Steam and whatever the marketplaces should have that made in AI tag on it. And to me, that
should not.
Yeah, that they should not have. I thought, and
so
yeah,
if it is, they don't need to disclose it.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, yeah, that's what he was saying. Yeah, exactly. That's what he thought.
And so Epic used it. Epic used it on that Darth Vader thing. On Fortnite.
So what he's trying to do, though, this is what I think is what they're trying to set up. They think that they're going to be able to charge people the same way, the pre-AI market rate. With people being knowledgeable on that you've spent a fraction of the cost. And any knowledgeable consumer is going to be like, well, no, if I'm going from installment 1 to installment 2, and let's say you cut your staff, your team, your development costs in half because you relied heavily on AI, and let's say the previous installment was a $70 game, and you're going to try to charge me that again, I'm not spending $70.
Or increase it.
Yeah. They I think a lot of them will be cocky enough to increase it, to increase the price on it, because they're looking like, oh, well, we became more efficient. I just think that a lot of people are going to be like, because I know I would. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, because I'm like, no, I know you spend less. I'm expecting you to charge me less. Fuck, like, no, I'm not gonna spend.
But that'll never happen.
That's the problem, and I think that's why Tim Sweeney is like, well, why would you let people in on that? Because that's what Steam's doing, and Steam is very, in comparison to a lot of these other marketplaces, are a lot more pro-consumer than many of the others. So they're not. I doubt they budge and take it down, because they're informing the audience. They're informing the audience that, wait a minute, like, this shit was made with AI, and they do it. And I asked a question about this, and someone sent me. They are pretty precise on what they mean when it says made by AI, as far as what the qualifier is. It's not like, hey, you used AI for research type shit. It's like, no, it's like real time generation of like assets.
Something seen by the consumer.
It's something. So they do a great job.
Very important to define AI, because we've been actually using artificial intelligence forever.
100%.
We've been mentioning the
models and
expression
stuff. Yeah.
AI, not only language models, but since the Super Nintendo, we used to say, "Oh, look at the AI of the enemies; they're so smart."
Well, in sports games, with the AI on the computer.
So it's very important to give it an objective definition because there's a lot of people who might be AI and stuff, and it's like.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's a language model. Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah. So that's because that was one of the questions that I had, and someone sent it to me. It's like they define it pretty well, and I looked at it, and it's like they are pretty precise. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Why would you want to? Well, I know why Tim would want Epic, because from his perspective, he's like, that's exactly what I think they're thinking. They're believing that we're going to try these motherfuckers more, and we're going to cut our development costs in half with this AI shit. And yeah, I think Steam is like, well, you at least deserve to know that. You know what I mean? And maybe some people would feel okay with it. I wouldn't. I'm like, fuck no. If you generated
but do you guys think that AA and indie will rise to the occasion to that, and will, like, if AAA produces AI games at the same price or more expensive, do you guys think AA and indie will utilize that to their advantage,
to bring down the cost? That's a good question.
I think if anything, I'm a little afraid that AA and indie will start to lean into AI more than AAA will.
I wouldn't want that either. Like I wouldn't want, like, again, I think we've talked about the tasteful way to use it. Like we've discussed on some of our previous shows. I know we talked about on Susan Knight's main event.
Yeah.
So I get that, but yeah, like heavily relying upon it, I don't think that would be good.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about them using AI. Nobody checks it. They're just like, oh, AI, we're not going to touch it up. We're just going to let it go and put it out, because people are smart. We've been dealing with AI for the past 2.5, 3 years now, as far as like generating graphics and images and even like short films and stuff. We know it when we see it, when it's AI. There's some that are convincing, but for the most part, we know it when we see it. If these studios, and I'm just talking right now, video games specifically, but even like for art or animation, it's all pretty much the same. If you want to use some AI, you still need a very skilled graphic designer or a programmer to go in and touch it up. When there's a mistake, touch it up. Or just use the AI just to build a base. And then you take your programmers and graphic designers in there and then just expand upon what the AI built.
Right.
But just lazily hey, generate this as we're moving through. Just pop it in and then just like, oh, that's good enough. And then just move on. No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it if it's used in that capacity. So if it's going to reduce workload and reduce mundane tasks in order for creatives to be able to go in and do what they need to do, if that gets me 2 extra games a year, like really good games, because they used it to fill a landscape or whatever the case is, or they build a model and they say duplicate this over X and make some variety in this and this and that, and it creates a landscape, and then they can go in and work in it. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, but if they're legitimately using it to write scripts or create models for characters and shit like that, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't. Again, and it's not even just that. It's more for me. I'm just looking at it from the consumer's perspective, customer's perspective. It's like, if I know you spent less on that, like the fair market rate is not what you were charging me before. That was the rate when you considered all of your other development costs. But no, I'm not fucking. Yeah. If you're going to be relying that heavily on it, like, no. I do think there's taste. To Anjanette's question, I do think there's tasteful ways. I don't know about the action scenes. I think with the action scenes, for sure, just from what I learned and with some of the animation stuff that we've done, the storyboard, and I've helped do as well, like, you need it to be. I mean, I can see maybe if you just don't give a shit. But for people that like, okay, when I see the character swinging a punch, I need him to do exactly this. When the more precise you need that AI to get, the more off it gets. It seems to. It would seem, and that's what anything. That's what, if you're trying to prompt it to do anything, you'll find that out. So I would much rather like having our creatives actually draw that out. I don't. Well, I think it will be used for some people, yes. For for I think a significant portion of like creators, I think that they're gonna want a specific thing. They're trying to execute a specific scene in a specific way, and it becomes increasingly difficult to just have a prompt do that. The more precise you need it to be. I think it'll be something that people will do maybe in fun, and it'll get better. Like, hey, I just want to generate some funny shit for a meme or something like that. But like where you're talking, like I need this action scene. The story that we've been telling is contingent on it doing exactly this. He needs to swing his hand, looks like this. The hit that he takes needs to look like this. I think that a lot of creators are not gonna want to rely on that because it's gonna be so. I guess there is imperfections with even doing like hand drawn work or anything like that. But like it can be rather frustrating if you can't get it to do what you need
well, like
to do.
For a lot of these action games, you see the people in the mocap suits, and they won't even be the actual actors, like the face actors or the voice actors. They'll bring in stunt guys like God of War, let's say, like who's swinging the axes, who's swinging the blades, and they're doing 500 different fucking recorded moves that are all going to be programmed into the game, and asking AI to do that.
No.
Bad idea. Very bad idea.
And about generation of assets, like it's so easy to get free assets nowadays for Unreal Engine 5. They have a whole website, a whole service thing, offering like free assets every month. It's so easy to get free assets, so there's no need.
Wasn't that part of the Unreal package when you started going in there? They had a whole free asset catalog for Unreal.
No, there is that. Like I'll show you. Let me. I was fiddling with Unreal Engine 5 a few months ago.
You were making the Bro Island game, right?
I was making the Bro Island.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Look at.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let me share this.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, you do you think?
Here we go.
All right.
This is all free assets. Like free textures for the ground, free like modular polygonal objects for the house, the mountains, the water. Everything here is free. I didn't spend 1 cent to make this.
That's sick. Yeah.
This is
these tools are already out there, yeah.
Bro Island, hell yeah.
So you can pretty much make a game for free with all of those free assets that make available. There's no need to generate anything through AI.
Yeah.
Another thing I worry about, like to Rippa's point about like with Epic Games and stuff, with using AI for the future to cut costs. Do you really think that the game directors and the writers and the voice actors, knowing that the game is going to cost less because they're using AI and they can cut down on the size of their actual studio, that one, the game is not going to be cheaper? You would think, but it won't.
It should be, but it won't. You're right.
It won't. Yeah. And on top of that, now that the game is cheaper, here's what's fucked up about it. The director, all the writers, and the voice actors are now going to want more money because they know that they're cutting corners. Well, there's more money to spend on the voice actors. There's more money to spend on, and a lot of times the voice actors, they get the shit out of the deal. They're not making much money.
No, they don't make a lot of money.
They're not making a lot of money. So if their budget is still halfway decent, but it costs less to make the game, the director, all of the voice actors, they're going to be getting paid more, which is going to make the game the same cost.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Like they're not going to charge
the same price, rather, not cost, but the same
price
I get
for
the
consumer.
consumer.
Same price for the consumer. Like they're going to charge us the same. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah, there's man. Like that's why Tim Sweeney wants it to be more of like a blanket thing, where it's like, oh well, why should they market? Everybody's using it. It was like, well, if that's the case, then leave it there. Let the consumer see that, okay, cool, you generated these assets, or that was how you made the game. All right, then let them make the financial decision whether or not. But his argument was that, well, everybody's doing it, and then he had other developers like, no, we're not. You might be doing it, and you're telling on yourself, but we're like, and that's cool. Like if that's what you're gonna do, let the customers decide whether or not that's something that they want to spend whatever you're trying to charge them. but I think they're under the impression that we're gonna cut these costs, or we're gonna charge them more, which is the grimiest, greediest son of a bitch thing to do. But I mean, I would be surprised.
Well, then also these studios aren't going to be entirely honest with the publishers, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, or whoever's publishing the game and paying for it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And if they are using AI, you think that they're going to say, you know what, give us less money because it's going to cost us less money to make it. So you know what, instead of you spending $200 million for us to develop and make this game, just send us $100 million because it's going to cost us less. They're not going to fucking do that. Are you insane? They're still going to say, no, this game's going to cost $250 million, and they're just going to pocket more of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
Now you're going to have a regulatory agency that comes in and checks game creators and is going to come in and say whether it's AI or not.
Yeah, that's so Russ said maybe I was dumb because it doesn't tell you whether it's one prompt. Well, no, if you go, they have a specific definition of what they say, which is important. Like, this is the point that I had made when I originally heard that, like, you have to be precise about what that means when you talk about made in AI. But they do have a pretty they have a pretty decent decently detailed meaning of what they are trying to apply. Somebody said in the chat, we're at 194. Are we? Yeah, we are.
Shit.
Six away from 200.
Let's
go, boys.
Supporters.
Let's go.
Thank you guys again supporting the animation fund. We are almost we're almost at half of the first goal. So hell yeah.
And no AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, no AI, and no AI. There you go. So yeah, we wanted all of our. You guys have seen our animations, all that stuff is hand drawn, man. We've used like some mix between 3D. Like if you see the horseman scene, you know where this shit kind of moves around. You can see like some of the background is 3-dimensional. But all the actual animation is 2D, and those guys have a lot of fun, and I wanna pay them to do their jobs, man. So appreciate y'all support.
Horseman is my favorite, but that animation, it just reminds me, I don't know why, of like the early 2000s Batman. But instead of having some of the clean lines where they had to like cut corners or make it quick, you get those really cool wrinkles and crunches and awesome stuff in the fights that makes it feel like an older one, but it's updated. You know what I mean? It's
modernized version of it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, those guys did a phenomenal job. So big shout out. So a lot of y'all haven't. I'm gonna play that real quick just because you brought that up. This is the latest animation. Maybe this will convince you to invest if you have not already. This is the latest animation that we did that is going to be probably as close to our style moving forward, though I do think we can take it to another level. But I'm gonna have y'all check it. It's only a minute long. I'm gonna have y'all check this out, then we'll come back and we'll talk everything. So yeah.
Who the hell is this guy? What's he want? Where's he come from? After every soldier I have with him, and he kicks their ass. Outman. Outgunned. And he walks away clean. With my money. Now what are y'all gonna do about that? Turn us loose, Tuna.
Let us do what we do.
Yeah, that was the Horseman. That was, I mean, that took us probably like that was our third animation that I think we had done up until that point. Was third or fourth animation that we had done up until that point. And I feel like we like really refined our like style with that particularly that scene where he obviously jumps in, he just starts putting fucking hands on everybody. And yeah, man, I remember seeing some of those, like the original animatic for that, and I was like, this is insane, man. You guys are taking it to the next level. But yeah, it took us a minute, obviously, to do that. I want to do more of those. I would love to do more of those, and I would love for you guys to play a little role in that. We need 6 more supporters to get to 200. Obviously, that first goal, we want to do 10 little short clips with the 50,000, kind of help refine our style, and then the big one is the 100,000, based on doing like another high action animated trailer. So you get in as low as $5. Actually, you can get as low as $1. Actually, if you do the open supporter tier here. So we'd appreciate you. Either way, we got some cool goodies, some cool like stretch goals as well. So go check that out if you have not already. Let me get to the rest of these super chats real quick, because I know I missed some. Super sticker. Shout out. Thank you. We have Justin with a 10 says, should have named the stream Rip and the Silverback presents High Tea Bro Science. Yeah, that could have worked.
Yeah.
Work. Rip a Muscle, that was one of our emotes. Shout out. Shake America 44 months. Let's go. We got Swag TV with a 2 says, join the Rippaverse Discord. We have a lot of fun there. Yes, you go to rippaverse.com/Discord. That'll take you directly to our the Discord. And yeah, you should join us, man. These guys have some awesome convos, man. Andrew with a 5 said, just listen to that GoldenEye pause music for the first time. Thank you, wonderful gentlemen. Oh, this is your first time listening to that?
Oh, wow. Dude, that's a banger, man. Yeah, I still want to know what they use for that sound. You know, the bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that's not on the remaster.
Oh,
For some reason. I saw a video, I think it was Digital Foundry explaining why. I don't remember why exactly, but there's one key sound effect from that song missing from the remaster. I don't know if it was only possible on the 64 or something like that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it just sounds like a big stone bowl. I don't know any other way to say it.
Dude, a lot of those like intro songs and music for whether it was games or TV shows in the 90s just had no business being that fucking
It's like
good.
Pokemon. It's like
Pokemon, Power Rangers, OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers song with the electric guitar.
Metal. It comes out just fucking metal as fuck.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Had no business being so damn good.
Those shits were amazing. Yeah, they are. I love those older anime. They still mix a lot of it. Some of them are poppy, but yeah, those 90s, like a lot of those animes were relying on just straight up fucking metal ass.
They brought in real bands. Real bands. It's like, hey, we need a fucking Pokemon song. We're gonna bring in a real fucking band to just drop a banger.
Yeah, those are awesome. They always were awesome, man. Yeah, those were some classics. Johnny with a 5 said, any possibility of collaborating with Vic Mignogna on an animated project? Keep it the great work. Game. We just were. Was it? Oh, it was Bell County. I was talking with Vic. Obviously, we do a lot of shows and stuff together, like cons and stuff. But yeah, we were, man, dude, it was crazy. Like Vic's draw, which is hilarious. How they canceled him out of the industry, but his draw is nuts, man. Like his lines at these cons are all these notable like celebrities and stuff. His lines are way longer than theirs, man. Like they love him, man. So
I got to personally meet Vic. Real stand-up dude.
Oh yeah,
he's good guy. Real good.
What?
Guy.
Already?
Let's go.
You did it?
Word up, Joe. Hold up, let me refresh. Let me pull it up. It has he must be logged in on the back end. I know it takes like oh, he's right. Hold on, it's gonna update. I just saw the update when I refreshed it. There it is.
Oh,
bam.
baby.
Go.
Let's
go. Shout out.
Boys.
Let's go,
200.
Man.
That was our goal, guys, that we wanted to hit. Thank you so much. I cannot say enough how much I appreciate y'all for the 200 supporters for the animation fund. Thank you all so much. Closing in on 50%. Away from that 50,000. Man, you guys are incredible. Thank you. Seriously, guys. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Student, a guy brought up the card. He says the card on this campaign is going to have big resale. Yeah, you get the card at 100 and you get a comic. You get a card and a comic that's done by Kanan White and I at the $100 mark. So yeah, he's totally right. You should grab that. But thank you. Seriously, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to have this going. The timer's up there. So we got 32. Got plenty of time left, man. We love to get this funded, man. Someone showed one of our, let me see if I can find it real quick.
You saw what that was the funniest thing last night. I reposted your tweet, and people were like, he's asking for money to make something. I'm like, man, they're gonna be pissed when they find out how people make movies.
Yeah, right. They're gonna be fucking. Nah, man, it's those guys. It's always the
Have you
same
gone to the
names.
supermarket lately?
Right. Things cost money. What do you mean?
They think people just like come up with an idea for a movie and then just have money and they make it. Like they don't have to go and pitch it or nothing.
That's not how it works, bros. But yeah, it's so funny watching these weirdos. It's like anything that I do, it doesn't matter what I do. I could blink. Anything that I do, it's gonna be like, how dare?
You know who else blinked?
Yeah, exactly. You know who else that got the funny mustache? He also blinked as well. Let me see if I can find this. Man, one of our editors. That's not it. Let me see if I can find this. One of our editors did a super cut of all of the. Yeah, here it is. Let me grab it real quick. Did a super cut, and I was watching this and I was like, damn, dude, this makes me want to I really want to do this damn animation. But he made it was a super cut of like all of the the high action scenes in all of our animations
Nice.
and stuff. So it was a super cut of it. I was this horseman. I was like, fuck, dude, like we've done all this. Like, dude, man, like I want to. If you look at some of the stretch goals get up there. Like I said, if we somehow made like fucking $1 million or something crazy, I do it. I hit the green or the red button right there on the desk and say, let's green light the whole entire fucking animated Rippaverse and start doing whole episodes and stuff, man. I'd love to do it, but yeah, man.
A collection of all of that in VHS will be so
sick,
cool,
right?
Man.
Oh, dude.
And
dude,
if you establish the precedent,
yeah,
I'll get together with you seriously to make a Dan Vasc VHS for real.
Oh, no, 100%. Let's do it.
I'm trying to manipulate Rippa to do the things that I want to do
get
first.
The infrastructure so not do it. Like
exactly.
That's a smart way to do it.
I need a daughter's revenge VHS.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, like no, man, I want to do it. I'd be 100% down for that. I mean, we're starting. Hell, that's what we were talking about with the whole Netflix thing. You know, people are starting to realize just the importance of physical media, dude. Like it's because we're moving so far away from it. Hate that gaming moved in the direction that it did, where you know, basically if you're not playing on consoles, it's very difficult to get a physical copy of a game. And man, it is a little economy that's starting to prop up, but people really want to prioritize physical media. So 100%.
Yeah.
Like we get enough to justify like you know, doing full episodes and stuff, and you know, I love to put that on Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, whatever the fuck, floppy disk. Let's put it wherever we get it, physical copies. I'll be 100% game for doing that, man. That'd be something that's hella sick. And it's funny, man, like I would love to, because someone was asking about talking about that. I think they might have tagged you in it, Dan, as well. Talking about like doing like the score stuff for some of the animation. I was like, just because I come from a musician background, like that would be the easiest part of the animation. Just coming with a bunch of tunes, cool ass tunes for it, man. And I'd be 100% game for that. So yes, thank you guys. Seriously, guys, you guys are amazing. I appreciate y'all so much for showing the love that you have been showing, and for us to get 200
hell yeah
supporters like that. Like, man,
that
was a goal. We hit it for the day. But yes, please keep supporting us, guys. It's linked in the description as well as in the comment section. We'd appreciate that. Thank you all so much. Okay, we got Shaker Maker 44 months. I read that. It was, let me see where I'm at, and I got, we got that. That was the last one with Vic there. Dan, I just realized that I didn't give you a chance to actually talk about the like Paramount shit. Oh, excuse me, not Paramount. Well, I guess they are technically involved now.
No, my two cents were the less obvious stuff, especially the Hanna-Barbera cartoons that I'm a huge fan of, like Scooby-Doo, Jetsons, Flintstones, whatever. That bear with a hat that I forgot the name.
Yogi?
Yeah,
Yogi
Yogi
Berra.
Bear. And it's like the less obvious stuff when you start thinking, the more and more you start thinking about it. Holy shit, all of that will belong to Netflix. And the games like Mortal Kombat.
Tom and Jerry too.
Tom and Jerry is Warner.
Looney Tunes and stuff.
Yes,
Pinky
Tiny
and the Brain
Toons.
are going to be a gay couple
Exactly.
now.
Animaniacs.
Oh, Animaniacs. Shit, yeah.
Everything.
Was Freakazoid Fox? I couldn't remember if Freakazoid was.
Freakazoid. I don't remember.
I don't remember if that was Warner or if that was Fox.
There's a lot of underground old stuff that when you realize
who was the little white dog that was always depressed?
Droopy?
Courage.
No. I think Droopy the dog.
But Courage was Warner too.
Because Courage is Cartoon Network, so that's Powerpuff Girls, Dexter, fucking all
Ace Ventura is Warner.
Oh shit.
Is it really?
Yeah. The Matrix is Warner.
Yeah.
They'd have
Damn, bro. 300 is Warner.
They have all that. That's crazy, man. That would be.
The more you start thinking about the old underground stuff, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, we think of everything top level, but the well of stuff.
Because Warner's huge, man. Warner is fucking
huge.
massive, bros. Warner
And
is
isn't also
huge.
Warner a huge music publisher too?
Yeah. Yep.
There's that too. It's one of the big three, I believe.
You're gonna own all
It's
the
Sony,
all the
Warner,
John Williams music
and
now
something
from.
else.
Yeah, I think it's just the streaming stuff. But it's weird because technically, I guess DC does happen. Yeah, but DC is part of that deal. I do wonder if like some of that music stuff that they they do, if like their distribution is going to be tied in that as well. I don't know. That's a good.
Somebody upload a video with John Williams music in the background and see who you get copyright struck by.
Yeah, somebody do the test right now.
Yeah.
Who's the next to stream?
Yeah, that's interesting. That is so much. So yeah, I mean, look, perfect world, that would have been great. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but yeah, perfect world, it would have been great for that type of stuff to be broken up. Because to be fair, like Warner getting control of all the companies that they had control of was in a similar fashion. It was just them eating up some of the, like, it's how they got DC, or it was, you had AOL and it's funny, like Warner. Because if I remember correctly, AT&T, didn't they technically own this shit for like 2 years? Because I'm almost positive AT&T owned Warner for like they
I believe AT&T still owns Time Warner, which is now Spectrum.
Interesting, because I know what happened was they kept some of the property, they let all the other shit go. They let all the other they kept some the shit they did want. But AT&T was like, fuck, we can't do anything with this shit. We're getting rid of it. But yeah, they AT&T owned all that shit for a while. They didn't, but that wasn't that long. I know that because I remember like the how the synchronization between that DirecTV and fucking HBO and all that stuff, and then they end up breaking it up. So yeah, that's it was a Warner Discovery, is the Discovery shit too. So yeah, like they're all these companies over the years, over the decades, bought each other out, and you had AOL, which, yeah, it's. I would love for it to be. I'm saying all this to say I would love for it to have been broken up. That would have been great. But unfortunately,
Boys, it's like it's all around me. Look, here's a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory VHS.
Damn.
And
Warner logo right
so
there.
Like I look around me, I see Warner stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
It's everything.
Another thing, real quick, about the Netflix thing.
Yeah.
2 guarantees. The Netflix subscription, that's going up.
Oh, for sure.
If they're going to justify even the raise of the server capacity, that they're going to have to just offload all
just
that
to hold
shit.
that content.
Yeah, just to hold all that content.
But also, if they want to make money, Netflix has to quit. And I'm not, vouching for this, but I think that if they want to make money, like, there's so many ways to get Netflix for free. If you sign up for T-Mobile, you get Netflix for free for a year. If you spend this much money on this thing, you get a free Netflix subscription.
Yeah,
like, all that has to go.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to cut all that shit out. They're gonna need as many subscribers as they can to justify,
because they're not gaining more subscribers.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. It's like,
At the moment.
Well, not right now. That's an interesting question. I wonder what their goal would be though. Like, because obviously they have interest in the property, and so they have to at least be hoping for a somewhat uptick in subscribe. It's either one or two things. They're hoping for an uptick in subscribers, or they're hoping to, and it might not be by a lot, but they're hoping to keep the same subscriber base, but increase the price, a little bit, and feel like that's justified, right?
That's
like they're
absolutely going to happen.
The cost, and then that it would have to be one of those two things, because I do wonder if all those properties are there, but is that moving? How many of those are already subscribed to Netflix? That were into those Warner properties, HBO. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not technically you're not getting an increase, right? You just
and they're not just investing into the future. They're getting that entire back catalog.
Yeah.
You're going to have Harry Potter on Netflix, all of the DC,
That's
whether
what scares me. What
animated movies, the animated TV shows, all the Michael Keatons and the Schumachers and Dark Knight, Christian Bale, and then the Snyder stuff. You're getting all of these back catalogs of everything Warner Brothers that's now going to be on Netflix for people who had HBO Max, who were spreading the audience thin over the course of all these different streaming services. Now HBO Max, that's going to be gone. Netflix is just going to swallow that up. I'd be
I don't
surprised.
think so. You don't think they're going to do
surprised.
like Disney with
like Hulu and shit?
I don't think so.
Plus?
I would be very
they
surprised.
want they're going to want their branding on it. So that would be interesting. It's for sure going to end up getting eaten by Netflix. But I do wonder what does that look like just as far as where people access HBO Max, or I don't know how that's gonna look.
Prime has little tabs for different sub service you can get inside Prime Video,
right?
Like MGM stuff,
stars
that sort of
and
things. Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that, a different tab or something.
That's interesting. That's gonna be interesting
that stuff. Nothing pisses me off as a consumer more though is when I go to watch a video or try to find something and it says, well, do you have the expansion pass?
Exactly.
It's like going to buy a hamburger and they're like, well, do you want lettuce? For $4.99 you can buy a subscription that gets you lettuce and onion. And it's like, dude, just I don't know. It's irritating.
No, I get you. It feels like you're being nickel and dime if they do that.
Like microtransactions in streaming services.
Yeah. That's interesting, dude. It's I don't know what's gonna happen. And then you got this whole Paramount thing, which again, I just looking at we didn't get a chance to talk about it too much, but they're Paramount's teaming up with Kushner and the Saudis to come up with $108 billion. And it's like Paramount, if you've looked at their financials, they're not doing hot. They're not doing well at all. So what the fuck? It's just this corporatism at work. But there are this is the thing that, as far as my position on this, and I have a video on this where I just talked about it. What I will say is not a good argument to choose Paramount over this is trying to save Hollywood. Hollywood deserves whatever Hollywood fucking gets. So that isn't gonna move the needle, at least for me, at all. As far as which one of these platforms do I prefer, I think I have more of kind of ass approaches it, where it's there's negatives on both sides, and they're pretty fucking negative when you look at, because he kind of when he breaks down those properties that Paramount fucked up. I forget that was Halo. Halo fucking was Paramount.
Halo,
Star Trek, all
Star
that stuff
Trek.
was all that's with Paramount. So it's damn.
Yeah, but Netflix did Cuties.
That's pedophilia. That's fucking worse. That's the worst of the worst. That's fair. That's fair. But they're both fucked. Is kind of. I guess.
No, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And where's Taylor Sheridan now? Because all of the Taylor Sheridan shows were on Paramount, but I think he's striking a new deal with someone else. I forget who he's with now. But all those Yellowstone and Tulsa King and what's the new one? Landman with Billy Bob. Those are great.
Tulsa King is great, man.
Yeah, they're good shows. I'm at the point now where I kind of don't care where the money comes from, just so long as somebody's going to make good content. Because look, here's the bottom line. People are making the argument that the Saudis, like, hey, don't use that money. That's dirty money. Where do you think money's coming from in Hollywood? Do you think that's a nice, clean, good, great revenue?
Chinese subsidize them.
It's
by
dirty. It's dirty
Yeah.
everywhere, but at least the Saudis are backing stuff to try to make money. And they're going to try to make money by making entertaining stuff. So for me, it's like, go for it. 100%. They did the same thing in golf when they purchased, when they made Live Golf and started buying players off the PGA. They were just trying to make an entertaining product. So for me, I don't know. This ain't bugging me too much.
Saudis have oil. Hollywood
well, they got more
has,
money than they know what to do with.
Yeah,
and they were buying
island.
cheetahs and Lamborghinis for the longest time, and they finally got bored of the cheetahs and Lamborghinis.
they realized that there's a lot of, if you read some of what they have been talking about, particularly that what they call it, public investment fund or whatever, they realize how important culture is, and having, for example, their regional area be looked at positively. They understand that having a presence in culture is going to help influence that.
It was
right?
an image crisis.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So it's funny how they can realize that, but good luck trying to get some conservatives to realize fucking the culture is where you win. It's not fucking all the money people throw in and fucking politics and shit. But yeah, man, it's interesting, man. And yeah, obviously this is like technically more to say 108 billion, because what was it, like 90 some billion that Netflix was looking to acquire? I can't remember. So it's a little more.
Netflix was like what, almost 85 billion.
Okay.
So I had heard it was 108 from Paramount, but then that moved down apparently. And
Oh,
now
it
it's
did?
like, yeah, apparently it's somewhere in like the 70s or something like that. But the difference was the Paramount was a clean cash offer.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you maybe, because I was reading it before the show. I think you're correct on that.
Yeah, Paramount was clean cash, but Netflix was a little muddy, and it was a bunch of different stuff. Basically, they were pulling money from different areas, and so the question about fiduciary responsibility to your investors was the Netflix deal didn't look nearly as clean or as impressive as the Paramount deal, but I think the Netflix deal just looks better because it's Netflix, because they have money.
Well,
and
believe it or not, that's collateral, man, whether you know it or not, like as far as the worth and as far as value is concerned, like especially going into the future, right? So that's where they look at it from. So even if I'm buying it for, if the payout is cheaper right now, are we going to get a return on that investment later down the road? What looks better, Netflix versus Paramount? And obviously you can make the argument that by a long shot it's Netflix. If that's going, yeah, exactly. They're fucking profitable. So yeah, I don't know, but this does seem to be like a last Hail Mary. I've seen a lot of conversations happening within Hollywood. They really want this to go up, but their whole argument is they want the cinema to stay afloat. And like I said, the reason they want that to stay afloat has nothing to do with morals or tradition or nostalgia. Nah, that's their bacon.
Money.
If that shit ends, who the hell is going to be able to, like, it's only the theaters or this current status quo that can afford to throw the money at them like they have right now. They've been getting off really well for a long time. And looking at their industry in decline, the financials haven't caught up. They're making less and spending more. So that's an imbalance. And that has to, bro, like that, and then, moving more to like Netflix, they're not going to make it. They'll have those, they'll spend $1 million here and there, but they're not going to be spending fucking $250 million on Acolyte. They're not going to be stupid enough to do that, or they're not going to spend $200 million, or what was it? I think it was Deadpool and Wolverine, where the actual
just
financials
recently came out. It was like 500 million.
What the fuck, bro? Like,
yeah,
that was damn near 600. That was we all undershot that. We all knew it was expensive. We didn't think it was the damn almost $600 million for that film.
I was thinking that was going to be like, man, pad your pockets. That was going to be a movie that made them a bunch of money.
Yeah. Like, no, it didn't.
Not quite.
They spent a bunch of money.
Nope.
They made, the box office looks well, but they spent that much money, so it doesn't look nearly as impressive as before. But yeah, man, like that's They're gonna always be very, very protective of that, man, because
everyone loves to show the green. They don't show the red.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
P&Ls are a bitch.
Yeah, we start getting to the nitty gritty of the financials. It starts to look much different. I was talking about that with the inflation earlier today. It's like 500, even if you go 5 years ago, just off inflation alone, 500 million isn't nearly as impressive as it was 5 years ago. It's just not because of the inflation alone. Like, it's just, if you sell 500 million now, you're selling a lot less. When it comes to Netflix versus studios, I don't care who wins. They both support Democrats. It's come from CJ and anti-freedom messaging. It's heel versus heel matchup. Yeah, I mean, Abs was making that point. He was like, yeah, you could say what we want about Netflix, but then he started listing all the things that I completely forgot that Paramount had facilitated. I'm like, damn, they suck too. Like, so it's kind of you're fucked either way. And then it's like, if that's the one thing, because I know Beardo was mentioning Universal. I think that would come the whole monopolistic argument. They'd be really throwing it at the Universal, because Universal's making more money than all of them because of Comcast, right? And that's the telecommunications. So they'd make the argument that, wait a minute, that company's even bigger than Netflix and Paramount. So it's like,
and they're making money hand over fist on parks too now.
Yeah, that's true.
I tell you, every time you go to Universal, you know where people are spending money? Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Freaking what do you
imagine
call it?
all the
Village.
All the you have the Justice League land. You got the Batman ride there at Universal. You got the Superman ride, the Wonder Woman ride and stuff. So like Universal will be awesome. Plus, I trust them more not to do some gay shit. Not saying that they won't. I just trust them to not do it more than I trust Netflix. Netflix for sure going to do some gay shit.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. Yeah. So Jogan said, can Paramount keep WB longer than AT&T? 4 years. So yeah, I knew it wasn't that long that AT&T had it. I don't know what AT&T saw, but I had never seen anything like that. AT&T had it, and then they said, we're out.
Yeah.
Like they said, and it was like, next thing you know, it's being so that's when the Warner Discovery thing happened. It's like, damn, didn't y'all just get it? They're like, fuck this. This property is dead weight. We got to get rid of this shit, man. And here we go. Debt. Yeah, that'll do you. That'll do you in every time. Appreciate that. Jokingly. And again, appreciate everybody that helped us get over 200 at 200 supporters on the animation fund. Thank you all so much. We've already been live almost 3 hours. That was about where I wanted to cut it off. I'm gonna go round table real quick, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by, but X-Wing, what you got going on, like, for the rest? I know we obviously got Tuesday night main event tomorrow, but what else you got going?
The big one, man. It's been a very long year, but we're getting so close. We're getting so close to the end of it. I wanted to, if it's okay, can I share a picture?
Let's do it.
A still from the book. Let me pull it up here.
Absolutely. Place to do it. Rippaverse coming soon. So absolutely.
We've been so freaking excited about this book. I wanted to share my favorite still from it. So if anybody hasn't heard, Jay, Drunk 3PO, and I have been working on The Daughter's Revenge, a graphic novel, for some time. And we're finally getting to the point where we're getting close to actually revealing some stuff. So I wanted to share a color still, at least.
Holy crap.
From it, so you can see a little bit of what we got going on. Eric Hodson did an absolutely fantastic job on this book. Man. Yeah, Jay and I have worked very, very hard to try to bring you an awesome pirate story about a guy who essentially he actually, let me change this. I want to change this.
No spoilers
to the no spoilers, because I don't want to give anything away. I want to change this to the other one. Here we go. Share. There you go. But I just wanted to show you we're not shying away from a little bit of violence in this one.
There you go. Decapitation.
100%. Eric Hodson did an absolutely fantastic job. It's the story of a guy who is a pirate hunter who winds up becoming the one thing that he set out to destroy. So it's a very interesting story. I love it because it is, like we were talking about earlier in the stream, devoid of the messaging, but still has timeless messages. That's what we were looking to do. We wanted to bring a story that everybody can enjoy. It applies to everyone because it's kind of the human experience.
Universal truth. Yeah.
100%, while having fun and doing stuff like cutting people's heads off at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be phenomenal. We are closing out on the lettering, and it's going to be on the way. So please make sure you, to anybody who hasn't seen the color before, you should have signed up for daughtersrevenge.com so you can get the emails that we're sending out for this book coming out. And if you're looking for more updates, please be sure to subscribe to the History of Pirates on YouTube. That is Jay and I's channel, where we're going to be talking more about this book as we get closer to release. We've got awesome collectibles, handmade collectibles. I hand forged swords, 2 of which I have in the closet right here. Hand forged swords for this. We've got handmade pirate coins that we're going to be handing out as a con exclusive as well. So we really pulled out all the stops for this one. I hope people enjoy it, and it's obviously in collaboration with the lovely Rippaverse.
Let's go.
Let's go. Awesome as well.
I like the warmer color tones. It reminds me a lot of 300. The book.
Mm-hmm.
The book's
It's
300.
the really cool thing. The colors did an amazing job. It moves through colors depending on the mood.
Nice.
So the book has
that.
a great draw. The coloring is amazing, and I think you guys are gonna love it. I think you're really gonna love it.
Bureau says play Arkham City before reading.
Yeah, make sure you play Batman Arkham City before reading Daughter's Revenge.
So you understand better.
Correct.
Yeah.
I actually have I don't know if it's okay. I do have a black and white trailer. It's very short.
Okay.
I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Nah,
but,
dude, like we're here. I appreciate y'all driving by. I'm whatever y'all got, man. Plug that.
Let me grab it. Beardo, go. I gotta find it.
Same stuff, man. Playing video games on my channel. Got Bro Science every single Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's it. I'm on almost every single Geeks and Gamer stream. I don't get a break. I don't get a day off. So I'm over on Geeks and Gamers.
Sunday, man. You be streaming all day, man. Or
All
Saturday, is it? Because you do your show. You got your overtime shit. And then he's streaming fucking Pokemon and he's streaming Arc Raiders. I'm like, golly, this guy's streaming all fucking day. I respect that.
Nonstop, man. I'm always working.
I fucking respect it. I respect it. What Dan, what else you got, man?
Nothing much, man. Dan Vask for heavy metal, Super Vast 3D for retro games, and yeah, I'm sorry for the low energy, man. I've been in the tail end of a cutting diet. I've been getting 1,500 calories a day,
man,
and like with full body workouts and
that seems low.
Your deficit is nice.
My maintenance is 2,500.
Okay.
And I'm on 1,500 because like when you're cutting, your metabolism tries to keep up with your cut, and like you have to keep lowering and lowering. So at the tail ends, like it's a huge deficit. But I really want to nail this.
You're not pooping as much as you'd like to.
Absolutely not. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
But anyway,
My
bad. I want to make this right because I want to bulk for a long time. If I do this cutting season right, I'll be able to bulk properly. At the start of the year, I did this dirty bulk. I bulked up all right, but I got a ton of fat too, and now I'm paying the price.
Yeah. That'll do it, man. Well, I appreciate you. Let's take a look at this.
All right, we're gonna hit. This was before color, but
we are all echoing.
His words ring like bells in my head.
Can you raise the volume a tiny bit?
Everything.
In the name of
the
king, stop!
So, I will take from them everything.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Daughter's
Let's
Revenge
go.
on the way.
Soon, man. Jay's been keeping me updated, man. I'm excited. I am so excited for that project, man. And I'm really, I think it's gonna be a fucking hit, dude. I think it's gonna be a massive hit. So, man, shout out Eric, shout out everybody that's part of that project. Obviously, shout out Jay, shout out X-Wing, man. I love that we got guys in our space trying to do some cool creative things, seeing what you're doing with the swords and stuff as well, man. So that is gonna be a really fun campaign, man. It's gonna be fucking awesome, dude. So
yes,
appreciate you. I love it. I love it. As far as me, I have no idea. I'll be on Tuesday night's main event tomorrow. Aside from that, will I do a little bit of stream? I don't know, but I am more thankful for you guys that have been showing love to the animation fund. Thank you all so much. We had 200 supporters during the stream, which was the goal that we were trying to hit. We are almost 50% towards so halfway towards the goal. So thank you all so much. Let's keep those numbers going. 201 supporters. Keep those numbers going. We got it pinned. If you're watching this after the fact, we have it in the description. You can go to rippaverse.com or rippaworks.com, and it'll take you directly to the animation fund. Other than that, that's about it that I have for you guys. We'll see you on Tuesday night's main event. Pretty much everybody here will be there tomorrow over on the G&G channel. But thank you all for tuning in for this little I stream at 1 anyway. This time I just brought a bunch of friends along the way, so I appreciate shout out Beardo, X-Wing, Dan, we had Ass, Jay, everybody that joined, man. Thank you all so much. But we'll see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.